Ugly as fuck.
And we're live.
Was that a weird? And we're live.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hello.
On to you, Rory.
We good? Right. Welcome back to another world, a world that runs around and through and beneath our own. Welcome back to the world of darkness. Welcome back to the city of Cumberford. It's in the the center of the. You'll have passed through it on the train at some point, I promise you. Welcome back to the lives of three accursed kindred of the night, three vampires. So when we left off, the vampire community of the city had been thrown into chaos by the arrival of a newly embraced young vampire who'd started causing all that rumpus. That means you have to go and find out who sired him, who's doing this crazy thing. Well, they found his sire, but something else found him first. They have awakened 1,000-year-old elder from some random old dig out in the moors in the city, and now these three are tasked with locating the rogue elder before the mages who control the town can crack down on the vampire question. Last session, we also learned that was only half the truth. We learned that that kindred is actually the final ingredient in a ritual which could successfully completed after over 1,000 years, loosen the mage's grip on the city of Cumberford, which they have held for roughly 1,000 years now that you mention it. We're going to start tonight with Finn Gold, who, when last we saw him, was going one-on-one, mano-a-mano with an inner circle member of the mages, Madame Luma, and getting his booty whomped for it. You got stomped, son. You barely escaped that fight with your life. And in the end, such was your panic as the building caught fire that you gave in to the beast, the monster inside, which lurks in the heart of all vampires, and you just blanked out, bugged out, charged out blindly into the night. When the red mist clears, it's with the cold feeling of fresh, misty rain on your face. No idea what time.
What's left of his face?
Is. Yeah. So you've had half of your right eye and that whole side of your face just burn off with a ray of magic energy. You are in a bad way. And what hunger are you on, by the way?
I was okay. Let me go to my sheet. I think I was hunger 2. I don't think I can't remember from last time, but I wasn't particularly hungry, but I was on the way to needing to feed.
Okay, hunger 2. Okay, let's start tracking our hunger proactively. So that's fine. So when the red mist clears, you awake feeling very sorry for yourself with the rain, what's left of your face. You recognize standing sort of up against a lamppost underneath the Table Bridge, this massive, great big throwaway bridge. You've run a good few miles just in blind panic to get here from the castle on the north side of the river. So you've crossed the river somehow as well. You don't know how. The man, the only other light other than the lamppost you're standing to does that little sort of nice framing thing where it illuminates one sort of little old man, a vagrant, sort of eating. He's swigging his cold beans from a can that he's bashed open. Behind him, the shadow of the bridge, all shrouded in total darkness. So tell us a little bit about Finn Gold, please, Chris. Describe him. What are his thoughts on the events leading up to this moment, and what are you doing now?
So Finn is probably isn't the first time he's been in this situation, but not for a long time, because he's a mature vampire now. He's done this stuff before, and he's cursing that this is a young person's mistake, and he's much too sensible for this. He's gonna reach up and feel and be like, fuck, okay, right, this is serious. Taking stock of his surroundings, he realizes that perhaps he knows how to defeat the mages now and potentially bring the vampires back up, but he probably needs to relay this through the good doctor to kind of come up with a plan, because as much as the vampires are solitary, mind your own business, it makes sense to keep the doctor on side. Finn is
And
gonna.
it can give you a facelift as
Yes,
well.
it can. Yeah, just the old nip and tuck. But Finn's basically realizes more than anything that he's hungry, and he. So I have the feeding habit of Mr. Sandman, so I tend to like to feed them people when they're asleep. But I'm conscious that Finn's thinking, I need to recover. The night's not over. I need to recover. What kind of penalties will I take if I feed in a way that is not my usual?
None, actually.
Okay.
It's a way. There are certain feeding types which will kind of preclude you from, like, you can't do certain things. Like, you just prefer to feed. Yours is one of the softer ones, so you get fewer rewards, but also fewer penalties.
Sucks to be the vagrant then.
What are you doing about? Sorry, just for the people at home who are joining us for the first time. Do you want to give us a physical description?
Yeah, sure.
Finn,
Finn is a fairly thin gentleman. He's from the 40s. He dresses like he's from the 40s. He's always in an immaculate suit, but more not a smart suit, a working man's suit. Right now, it's probably blood spattered and ichor covered, and he's a nos, and his deformity sort of is a skin condition. So he's always swaddled in bandages, always covered in bandages, slight kind of deformed ears poking out, but he's always covered. And if he's not, he's wearing a flat cap quite down low, and he just tells people, oh, it's a skin problem, it's a skin problem. He's been in Cumberford since the 40s. His parents and his family have always been here. Golden Sons Honest Trading Company is an honest trading company. It's just they also deal in things that aren't also necessarily standard goods. And over the time, he's built up a massive information network.
If you want it, you got it.
Exactly
and
that.
Right now, so what are you doing about this damage? You can heal up to 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Because you're basically on 0.
Yeah.
Damage is weird in this game. You can heal up to 3 points of damage at the risk of 3 hunger. So you'd have to roll 3 dice, and then if you fail on any of those, add that to your hunger. But you're about. It's up to you whether you want to feed anyway.
I think this vagrant is at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay. Okay. So you stand up and sort of shake. The beast is still sort of partially riding shotgun. You just sort of.
Finn's going to kind of let the beast a little bit. Finn's going to stagger over to the vagrant, kind of muttering help. And then the moment the vagrant turns, he's going to summon up every last bit of strength he's got and take an absolute swing at this guy's face with the kind of haymaker that a ex-boxer vampire augmented strength can do. If I collapse his skull, never mind. This guy I need to feed because there's bigger fish to fry tonight.
Your humanity's lower anyway.
My humanity's at level 5.
So it doesn't really matter. You'll be like, oh, he's just a vagrant.
Homeless guy, who cares?
The ends always justify the means.
You sort of stagger, you work your mark, you get to within about 3 paces of the vagrant, and your body sort of crouches and tenses. And then from the darkness, underneath the bridge, you just hear a... And the vagrant, who hasn't even moved his head, he's just sort of sitting there chugging down his cold beans. He just goes, he says he would not do that if he was you.
Well,
the beast inside you shrinks away, and you regain full control of your faculties as the beast shrinks away like a cow dog.
Like I've just heard the alpha predator.
There were undertones.
Finn's gonna kind of steady himself on a wall and just go, show yourself. What's going on here?
From the darkness, something shoots, sort of flies out, sort of clatters down at your feet. It's a cat. It's been caught and hogtied and is sort of it's on a sort of stick. It's still alive. It sort of lands at your feet. And the little homeless man just turns his head to you and goes, "You continue to move without your full strength. Thus, do you flirt with death? Eat, he says, eat."
Finn's not going to waste any time. He's going to pick up the cat.
No.
As someone who loves cats, Roy's making me do.
I like cats.
Finn's going to, with vestiges of humanity, he's not gonna look. He's just literally gonna take it to his hip and just go, as humanely as possible, kind of holding on to a little bit of humanity, and then he's gonna feed, and he is gonna drain that thing.
That's so mean, man.
Well, I'm a vampire. Take
Go
it.
like that. Of a nervous disposition, turn away.
Gregory just said that out of all the things that he's done,
Yeah,
killing a cat draws the line.
That's for people, not to kitties.
Like murdering that police officer last game, that was fine.
That's fine.
But
Yeah,
cats.
That's right.
Anyway, he feeds, and I will now regain. Do I get any hunger back? And then I'm gonna. So I'm feeding, and then I'm gonna heal.
You go down to 1 point of hunger, and then he'll roll me 3. Are you healing all between 1 to 3?
I want to heal 3. I'm gonna need it. 3 dice.
3 dice, please.
Okay, here we go. Okay, 1 success, 2 fails.
Okay, so you go back up to hunger 3, but so you're hungrier than you started, but the beast is gone, and you've got kind of you still need to feed somehow, but like the body has knitted itself back together, and it's throbbing less throughout you.
I'm gonna. Can I see into the darkness and see what I see?
Do you have? You might have the skill that lets you do that. Disciplines: obfuscate, animalism.
I do have animalism.
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got obfuscate and
can't
animalism,
see.
so yeah, no, that's fine. So I'm gonna say thank you, thanks, mate. What?
You just get a sequence of a stream of like 1,000-year-old Anglo-Saxon, because this is when the Normans were coming in at them. Yeah, just a stream of Anglo, and then the old man just goes, he looks like a warrior to you, yes? Among his people, he was a shaman. He says he sees many futures. In all of the tomorrows, you are a dead man. It must end tonight. Bright man will not rest until you are dead. The bright man and the worm. You must rest, I think, yes? The sun rises, you are as good as dead. It must end. Night, he says.
Finn's gonna kind of just wipe and go, listen, mate, I ain't got time for fucking riddles. I need to get back. I'm assuming you're the one the mages want. I read something about spilling your blood, defeating the mages or something. Listen, mate, I've got no problems with you whatsoever. I defer to the ancients, but we need your help to kick these fucking wizards out of here.
Okay. There is a long silence there. Until you just hear the old man just goes, you talk about rules that bind you. He asks, what is he? Why does he do these terrible things?
Finn is Finn has had a very long night. Finn is not his usual self. He's lost some humanity. He's lost a lot of health. He's not happy. I'm doing it to survive. I'm doing it for my kin.
Oh no, he's asking what he is.
Oh,
remember, he was embraced. He was embraced and then clubbed on the head and buried in a tomb for 1,000 years.
I'm with you now.
Know what he is.
I'm gonna go.
Sorry.
Let's rewind my really nice answer. You are one of us.
Was a banging answer though.
Thanks. You are one of us. You are a kindred. And he's going to holds his hands up in a the universal symbol for no trouble to say, "You are one of us. You are of the night. You are a vampire."
Vampiro.
From that, you just get one word from the darkness. It's in. Yeah, the old man just sort of looks up and goes, just said, fealty.
Fealty? That's a complicated... Finn's just going to scratch his chin and go, that's a
roll me, please, Finn, wits plus insight.
Wits plus insight is...
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
It's a complicated and it's a tense situation with the gentleman under the bridge.
Fealty maybe lead to the blood, but...
I just had to Google what fealty means.
One success,
loyalty, basically.
Yeah, I was just like, is that what it meant?
One success, 3 fails.
What did your blood dice say?
Those were the blanks. My one, I rolled 4 dice. My one black dice was a success. But they're not bestial fails because that's a specific symbol that makes me very scared.
Okay, in which case you have no idea like whether he's asking for your fealty or asking where your fealty is or asking or asking who even rules around here right now. You don't know what kind of question that was.
So I'm just going to answer it and say, my fealty is to the town, to my kin. You are, and he's kind of going to go into. I don't speak the same language as this gentleman, so as a born and bred Englishman, I'm going to go louder and handsier. You are my kindred. We are brothers. I will show you. I can show you my friends. We will get along. He's going full English tourist now. He's going to ask about Les Cadbury's Fingerez in a moment. We are on the same side in this.
Poulez-vous coucher avec moi?
So you just get a...
Go on.
You just get a... God, fuck. And you just hear sort of footsteps in the darkness walking away. And then the old man says, he has been known to take his ease in the Botanic Gardens of an evening. I think he says, you wish to make an end of things, gather your strength and find him there.
I'm going to nod at the old man and say, thanks, I think. I'll be off. Finn's just completely not here right now.
That we're going to cut over to Gregory. So Gregory, last time you were with us, you'd not gone to the library to engage in desperate combat with a powerful mage. You'd gone to a party which promised to be an orgy, which turned out, I should say, to be an orgy. You've kind of just got a very meek academic who's walking with you, just jabbering as he goes.
Yes.
Give us a little bit of insight. Describe Gregory. What motivates him? What drives him? And what are you trying to do?
Gregory's a bit of a character. Basically, in his pre-vampire life, he was a serial killer. His mother, he was a pensioner serial killer. I should point that out as well because that's very integral to the story.
A pensioner who is a
he
serial
is a
killer,
pensioner
not
who
a
is a
serial
serial
killer
killer.
of pensioners.
No, he's not a serial killer of pensioners. He is a pensioner who is a serial killer. He was born around the same time that these two, there and there respectively, were sired. So around the 1940s, his mother was a prostitute, as was his sister. So he had a very complicated and weird relationship with women, men, and sex in general. This kind of developed into like a latent homosexuality that he was also very conflicted about, which then gradually manifested into him becoming a closeted serial killer of gay men, kind of like a sort of Jeffrey Dahmer kind of situation. So what he used to do was go on Grinder and similar, and pretend to be a much younger man, lure people, and then hobble over as an old man and go, "Oh, excuse me, sir, do you have directions or whatever?" And then stabby, killy. One time he does this, and it turns out his mark is a Malkavian vampire who's also been doing pretty much the same thing, but to lure people to feed off. So that's a pretty awkward situation for everyone involved. I was here to get my rocks off. You were here to drink my blood. What do we do now? So the Malkavian, being a typical Malkavian, thinks, I'm going to sire this guy. This is going to be funny as hell. There's only these two vampires around Cumberford, so, let's make their life more difficult. And, so he then wakes up the next day as a vampire, runs into Dr. Rain and Feingold, makes life very difficult for them, comes into the situation and says, so why aren't we in charge? They tell him about the mages. He says, that's bullshit. They say it's not bullshit. And then he's gone and proved that it is, in fact, bullshit. And so now...
It's partially. Look, Fingold almost got set on fire, like we said was going to happen.
No, you said I'd get set on fire, which hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened yet.
But so to sort of save the waffling and the TLDR version, these two went to look at an ancient magical book. Gregory decided books are for nerds. He'd rather go to the orgy, and went and kidnapped the professor, and is bringing him back mainly just to prove a point, basically, as much as anything else, because they keep jibing him for being an unstable serial killer. And whilst it's true, he's also the kind of guy that, doesn't really like people jibing him about anything, and will just be like, well, fuck you, I'm not just this guy, I can be useful. That kind of attitude.
And you're along with Jolly Joe.
That's where we are. With Jolly Joe.
So you're taking the professor back to Dr. Rain's surgery?
That's the one. Yep.
Okay, brilliant. So you're in the back of Jolly Joe's people carrier. Jolly Joe is your typical sort of general. Give you, oh, hello, yeah. Oh, we've got a new professor, is it? Oh, I got some GCSEs, mate. He's just a happy guy. He's here to
Jolly Joe. What? It's in the description. Like.
So, this is.
What's his angle?
His angle is he's there for role-playing groups to not worry about transport and cars and whatnot, and to be generally present and
to be jolly and amazing.
Completely unobtrusive to the plot.
MacGuffin Motors Inc.
It's the AI taxi from Cyberpunk, if anybody's played it.
Yes.
So you're trucking along there, and this Professor Gore is absolutely he's obviously been deprived of his orgy, but he's just completely this oblivious academic who's blabbing all this stuff to you about ancient prophecies and 1,000-year-old rituals and blood drinking druid cults that lived before the Vikings came and whatnot. And you're just going, yeah, fantastic, mate. And your phone starts going. It's it's an unrecognized Cumberford landline.
Okay, well, I like landlines. They remind me of my childhood. I'm going to answer that call. Hello, this is Gregory. You go first.
And on the other end of the line is the one character that Gregory hasn't instantly gone to great lengths to alienate, piss off, and otherwise just turn against you. For the whole campaign, for those of you watching at home, for the whole fucking game, 6 to 8 sessions, this guy's been a dick to everybody except one. No, Mr. Hugo Fawcett, it's Madame Boniface. We played whist this evening.
Oh, hello. Mrs. Boniface, how are we? You alright, sweetheart? You alright? They treating you right over there?
This is, of course, the head of the traditional mage faction. So it's the progressive mage faction that you guys have had the most problems with. Anyway, Madam Boniface, if you please.
Oh, my apologies, madam. My apologies.
Mr. Hugo Fawcett, you play an appalling game of whist. I admired some of your views on the refugee situation.
Well, that's because, Madam Boniface, I've never been afraid to speak my mind. I think that's what's missing from a lot of blokes in this country these days, to be honest. A spine. You know? Drives a man to frustration sometimes. Just makes you, want to get a bit stabby, for lack of a better term.
We can't be safe on our own streets. So when will England be England again, Mr. Hugo Fawcett? Anyway, it has come to my attention that you've learned, you may have learned our little secret about our friend downstairs.
I couldn't possibly say I know what you're talking about, Madam Boniface. I will be honest. I'm good for a great many things.
I thought you were a man who spoke his mind, Mr. Hugo Fawcett.
When it suits him. When it could be advantageous to his situation, if you catch my meaning.
When a gentleman might be properly incentivized.
Oh, it depends what kind of incentives we're talking, Madam Boniface. You see, I find myself on quite a precipitous situation here, where either way the cards fall, it looks to pretty much be coming up Gregory on all sides. So you'd have to be holding quite a few chips. And I don't mean the seaside variety to get me interested, Madam Boniface.
I'm not even going to make you roll for that. She just goes, perhaps you don't play as an appalling a game as all that, after all, Mr. Hugo Fawcett. So she lays out her terms sort of flat. And so she just, look, Master Isambard, he doesn't take the same kind of long view as we do. He doesn't like what you find out, and quite frankly, he fears what you know. He will move against you with his full strength tonight. He is not alone. Now, we understand that one of your kindred being in such a pivotal position over our continued tenure here put certain cards out of our hand which might have existed this evening. Look, I'll make you a deal, Mr. Hugo Fawcett. Be sure that beastly, ancient, barbarian second cousin of yours is dealt with tonight. Not in a way that brings him anywhere near the river. In return, sir, you will have our continued indulgence to turn this city into whatever kind of playground you choose to make it.
But here's the thing, Madam Boniface, because it's a tempting offer. Because I understand that from your perspective, you're used to have been holding all the cards. You know, you have been for a good many years. However, you are missing one very, very key point. And that is assuming that I need your permission to turn my humble little town into my playground of horrors. As it stands, I think what you should actually be asking for is some kind of promise of mercy on my part. Because the way I see it, I can either remove all your power in a magic way with the river, as everyone keeps telling me, or, the other way is that I could, me and my barbarian second cousin could just come and kill you all. So this is, either or, Madam Boniface. As you said, I might play a terrible game of whist, but whist isn't exactly the most important game in life now, is it? So here's what is going to happen. If you don't want this beast killed anywhere near the river, I suggest you also make some moves against your pal Ichabod, and then maybe we can discuss how things will look when the dust settles and whether there will be any need for any Harry Potter-based antics at all.
Roll me charisma plus intimidate, please. Let's motherfucking do this.
Right. Okay, charisma 3 plus intimidate 2. Right.
I'm looking forward to Finn and the Doctor going, "You negotiated what?"
Right.
Hey,
One.
I never said he
2,
was not a good negotiator.
3.
No way.
It's not the only thing he is good at, to be fair. 4 successes.
We've got 4 successes.
Yes, for once I rolled decent.
Interesting.
For once.
So, Madam Boniface, very much she only has charisma 2, but she has 3. What's the one that lets you resist bullshit?
The one that lets you resist.
Insight. She has 3 insight. So of those 5 dice, she didn't come up with jack fucking shit. She rolled a total failure versus your 4 successes.
Glorious.
Let's be real. That's kind of realistic on that after that speech.
The line goes very quiet for a few minutes, and she just goes, "She'll see to it, Mr. Hugo Fawcett." As Jolly Joe's people carrier sort of drives off into the night, we come to.
That sounded important.
Oh, was that the tax man? We turn at last, but definitely by no means least, to Dr. Arthur Rain, who has just emerged from the burning sort of conflagration of
Just
Cumberford,
dust
Cumberford
myself off
Castle
slightly,
Cathedral.
elegantly almost. Just, goodness me.
You are now in possession of a book that is not necessarily something that makes you the best team player. You did devote a lot of your time to finding Blood, Guts, and Sinew by Lucien Freud. This is, however, a big deal for you. Recover 1 point of willpower if you spent any in last session.
I remember spending a few, actually. Yeah, okay. Cool. I think I would be on 4 willpower. I know I spent, I think I spent 2, but I didn't mark it down.
You were spending it to kill Madame Luma, and then Chris was spending it to stay
so I
alive.
spent 2 willpower. I was trying to keep him alive. Like, where's my willpower? I'm just trying to update it so that I can remember. I got 1 willpower back. Okay. And done.
Cool. So as you emerge from the burning ruins of the library at Cumberford Cumberford Castle, pardon, sort of, you reflect on the puzzling nature of tonight. So you weren't actually privy to any of the big plot revelations that the other two.
I was not.
You went looking for answers. You ended up, like, the mage suddenly turned up and started wrecking you. You dealt with her, but by then
Exactly.
she'd set the library on fire. Dr. Rain, a man of knowledge, a man of information, a man of science, is the most bereft of data out of all
I
three
know.
of you. So
If he'd know that he would be bereft, he would be rather insulted by it. But
unknown. So if you'd give us a little description about Dr. Rain, what does he look like? What's his background, and what are his thoughts on the current situation?
Dr. Rain is a very much a sort of a kindly neighborhood doctor looking character. He's well spoken, he's well dressed, he just looks very innocuous. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
And he looks a little bit like Morgan Freeman, very soft spoken, very how to do.
Daryl, did he always look like Morgan Freeman, or is that some of your submissi, like, over time he just kind of likes the way Morgan Freeman is?
It could be
This
a bit of
occurred
both.
from you the other day.
It could be a bit of both. He could, to be fair, he could look like how he wants to look like. But he's got some of those undertones. I'm not sure people listening would know that Samitsi can alter their appearance in subtle ways. They can mold flesh, their own flesh and flesh of others, which would make him a perfect doctor. So it's, yeah, he's very much, but he's also got ties to the mob, and he has other issues that he doesn't really. He has a weird collection in his surgery of body parts and other things which that he uses for experimentation, which he doesn't like talking about because it's not in polite company anyway. So yeah, that's Dr. Rain. Yeah, and Dr. Rain currently is probably enamored with this book, and also probably quite worried about his friend Finn, who had his face melted off last time he saw him and went screaming from the building. So he probably wants to get back. He's going to call Finn on his phone and see if he's okay. And go, Finn, mate, you looked pretty well done last time I saw you. Are you okay? I'm going to text him.
So this will be when Finn is bugging the fuck out and running. This is you're all within about 20 to 10 to 15 sort of minutes of each other. This will be when you listen to your voicemail and send your reply, to which you get no response immediately, and then you'll be able to kind of send a voice. Let me just roll
send him a voice. Ask if he's okay.
Hold on one second. Okay, no, I beg your pardon. Yeah, leave a missed call and a short voice note, but it's actually quite shortly afterwards. Finn, you ran fast as a motherfucker. As you stumble away from the encounter with Skanda in the shadows, you realise you've got a missed call on your phone from Dr. Rain. What phone does Finn have?
A Nokia. I bet he's got one of those brick Nokia phones.
An N-Gage.
Like this.
An
big,
N-Gage, yes. He's got an 8310 with big one of those ones that's adapted for people with poor eyesight. Finn's gonna.
Does it still play Snake?
Finn's gonna go like that and dial you back.
Wait.
You're on a call.
Doctor.
Hey. Last time I saw you. Are you okay? You looked a little
Nah,
frazzled.
man. I'm pretty fucking far from okay. Finn. Finn's gonna.
Okay, so
go on.
I was gonna say, do you want to meet at my surgery and go into this in further detail? If you can't talk, I know your phone doesn't have a lot of battery most of the time, it being ancient.
There's no need for your cheek. Now listen. It's been a rough night, but I got what we needed, and I think tonight is the night it's gonna kick off. I will meet you at your surgery immediately. We need to get We need to get Gregory there, and I think we're gonna need that thin blood twat as well.
Okay. Well, the thin blood twat may be on to his own agenda. He sent me a voicemail, which was a little alarming, if I do say so myself. I think he has his own plans. You may need to set some eyes on him, if you know what I mean.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can you do that?
I swear to God, me and you, we've had this cushy for so many years, and I'm just too old for this shit now. This is just...
Agreed.
Right, okay.
Yes.
I'll
if we can sort this out and go back to things as business as normal, but we'll see until
yeah,
then.
definitely. I'll get my lads on it now, and I will be at your surgery
send some feelers
shortly.
out myself.
Okay, Finn's gonna hang up. Oh yeah, button. Finn's now gonna ring his one of his informants. He's gonna ring one of the warehouse foreman type people. that he starts these things off, and he's going to use his resources to gather as much information about what the mages are up to as possible in the time he's got from where he is to get to the surgery.
That's a good plan. I'm going to use my contacts. I'm going to call up. Oh God, is it? What's the name of Alfie? Is it Alfie?
Uncle Archie.
Uncle
Archie.
Archie.
I'm gonna call up. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say one sentence. Is your blood debt is now it's time for collecting. You need to do something for me.
Let's do these one at a time then. So the Finn is calling his warehouse guys to leverage information on
And how ghoulified is the detective inspector?
Ghoul pigeons.
I can use my ghoul pigeons as well.
Ghoul pigeons. They're for the win.
Yeah.
The detective inspector the process of turning a human into a ghoul, that was a human which is addicted to the vampire's blood. He's only had his first taste already. Now, that's enough to he's not going to move against you. He's doing the mental gymnastics now to justify his addiction to the blood.
Okay, so
he's not going to. You can't just order him to take up a gun and shoot.
No, that's fine.
shoot
I was going to
people.
order him to divulge classified information, but we'll assume he's not tappable just yet.
No, we can roll it, but it's going to be at sort of penalties. But we'll deal with your calling your.
Okay, I will.
Restore.
We'll call my
So you'll
foreman, and then we'll call the DI because I've got a plan for him.
Right. So resources isn't for getting information. You'd be wanting to roll contacts, which is 2, coupled with.
I've got streetwise, investigation, leadership.
Let's roll streetwise plus contacts. You should be rolling an attribute and a skill, but it's oh, okay, yeah, you'll definitely be wanting to roll streetwise. Will, I've just seen how many dots you've got in that. Yeah, streetwise plus contacts.
Where's my contacts? It's 2 dice. Okay, cool. But I do have 3 hunger dice, so it should be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 successes, 2 fails, and 1 bestial fail. So if I fail the roll, it's a bestial failure, isn't it? So I got 3 successes.
I don't know how much damage you can do on the phone, but
three successes, maybe. 3 successes, and a 1.
With 3 successes, then that's gonna depend on how obvious he is about what he's doing.
He's gonna be drawing.
If he's doing anything.
No, he's drawing back to the fact that we'll have supplied the mages with stuff. We'll be supplying catering. We'll be supplying them because they know that we're a known contact. So Finn's gonna be. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously the NPCs are just doing their stretches. They're getting their warm ups in. That's another 0. That's another 0 successes from Zimbar's thing. So you will be you'll call up and just ask for those things. He just goes, "Oh yeah, he's on the news, boss." 1 second, and he holds his phone to the radio at the warehouse. And you just hear it's crackly, but I'm not going to simulate a crackle. And we're live here with BBC Radio Comfortshire at the scene of 362 Disraeli Plaza. The scene of a 362 Disraeli Plaza. You've dropped Gregory off there at some point. That's Gregory's house. The scene of a massive gas explosion, which has unfortunately destroyed the building. Now, by good chance, the buildings either side are safe, but early reports are indicating 1 fatality within the building.
Your plating is no more.
Plaza.
Oh.
No. Not my blood sack.
I'm here with John Smith from the safety inspector from British Gas, who's got a statement, and yet the guy on the radio hands the mic over to John Smith, and you just hear, "Yes, unfortunately, the plumbing in the building, it was just obsolete. It's a shame. It's a shame we couldn't have removed it sooner. The problem in the building, the problem could be spreading. It could be common to other properties within the city. So I think we're going to have a busy night on our hands. But obviously, our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the deceased inside tonight." I can't see Toots anymore.
Finn is gripping the phone quite tightly. It's a good thing it's an 8310, because otherwise he'd have crushed one of them wimpy iPhones. So, Finn is going to go, right, shut the warehouse, send everyone home, no fucking about, it's the boss, everyone goes home immediately. End of.
Yeah. And he just goes, "Yeah, all right." Like, these guys don't. They're not gonna
No arguments here, boys.
And think about your boys. There is a threat against the, against the Haven. The threat against one could be seen as a threat against all. You think about your boys first and foremost. Chris, Fingold, gain 1 point of humanity. That decision.
Because I was banking on the fact
call.
that he's established this business over like 70 years. So regardless of his humanity,
Yeah, he knows
it's
everyone.
ingrained in it's his haven. It's ingrained in him. So anyway, on to the DI if you don't mind, or we can go to the doctor. It's up to you.
No, sir. I suspect you might be on the roll. You're calling the DI, the detective, the chief of police.
Oh yes.
Gascon Tamworth, who was a former pupil of the fourth member of the official vampire community of Cambridge, the thin blood teacher Thomas Coram. I can't see you two. So is your camera off?
Hey, no. Double click. Double click
No,
the.
my camera's okay.
Double click the middle. Might be a Discord thing. And then double click it again.
On Discord. This is so pretty. I want to see his pretty face. Okay, well, it's not an immediate concern. So you call you so when last you saw him, you had literally just waterboarded him with your blood to get him addicted to
Yes,
it.
I did.
It's magic blood. It's vampires, bitch.
But
And
I'm still more bitter about the cat. But anyway,
he's got some kind of he's working through some stuff, but you send him home. It's now around about 2:30 in the morning, and he sort of picks up his phone and he just goes, "Yeah, you can tell he hasn't been asleep, and his voice is sort of slurred." He just goes, "Hey, hello."
does he know it's my? All right.
You've given, yeah.
It's Mr. Gold here. You can feel it, can't you? Right in the back of your head, there's that need. You don't know what it is yet, but there's that need that's scratching at you. And it's shameful. And it's disgusting. And I need a favor from you. And I will release you from that itching, shameful scratch. One favor, one night, and it's done.
You're a dirty cop, aren't you? You're a dirty cop.
Dirty boy! But yes, that's how Finn's going to play it. Finn's deep diving into the beast.
I told you you were on a roll, you magnificent bastard. He has 2 dots. He has 2 dots in the floor addiction to benzos. So he...
Cops addicted to substance car. Anyway, yeah, carry on.
So he just here. Guess we've got that in common then. Yeah, okay. Come on, let's help each other out. Just starts talking to you like you're his dealer.
Cool. Happy days. Right. No need to roll anything. That's quite nice. So Finn's gonna go.
No, that was when you pitch a setup, which is literally describing his 2 dots. Then you don't need to roll. You don't need to roll dice.
Lovely. Finn's gonna go. It's keeping the kind of the deep gravelly. He's gonna go. the mages are moving against us tonight. Their headquarters are, and I'm going to give the location of Isambard's place, where the mainframe is. I think you need to send over the cybers squad, the computers squad. Definitely some. Come on, guys, keep it together.
Cyber
Keep it together. I definitely think there's something worth raiding in there. I think they've got some kind of kiddie porn going on in there. You
Bring
raid
the floppy disk people.
you raid them and disconnect their mainframe and seize it as evidence. You don't need to keep it forever. Just seize it as evidence, as you can under the Police and Criminal Evidence Act. And I'll sort you out by the morning.
So the first thing you hear is, "What the fuck's a mage?" Look. It doesn't matter. Listen, that's Telecom Tower. That is the internet provider for the city of Cumberford. Like, you want me to knock the whole internet off for like the whole night while we bring their main? Are you insane?
I'm going to dip into some rolling here, and I'm going to use manipulation and
Don't use
intimidation.
technology anyway. Who cares? You don't use
Yeah,
technology in the first
you're
place.
telling turn off the internet. Oh, that sounds like a really good idea, actually, because then kids, they're on it all the time.
They won't be able to access their AOLs
With
or
their-
line
With their 4chans,
Hello.
4chans and their Newgrounds,
Come on.
honestly.
Chris, you'll like this. Cumberford actually runs on a funny set of wiring, so there's only one internet provider for the whole city.
Oh,
Crazy, right? Insane.
That's a shame, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go into manipulation and intimidation. 2 successes, 2 blanks, which is fails but not a 1. So 2 successes. Not criticals, just 2 straight up successes. He's going to go and he's going to go further down in his register and go, "You need to put some pressure on them. I don't care if you turn the internet off or on. You need to get in there and put some pressure on them."
He just says, "Look, see what I can do tomorrow, yeah? Tomorrow,
No.
yeah?
No, now.
No, I mean I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow, yeah?
If you get this sorted, you'll see me tonight.
On it."
Ah, glorious.
So, 3 sets of transports veer and move their way through the misty, rainy city of Cumberford. About 3, and let's call it about 10 to 3 in the morning by the time the 3 of you reunite at the surgery, Dr. Rain. This is like your classic old, like when a Tim Burton movie would have a doctor's surgery. It would be a nice semi-detached suburban house on the far. Actually, it's on the very south side of the.
Yeah,
Botanical
I've got a decent amount of dough. It's a nice place. Well, nice.
It's on the it's
for me.
It's on the south side of the Botanic Gardens. So where Skander has told you to be, it's like you can spit to it. That is something that has just organically come out through the game. Might affect things, might not. By about 10 to 3, the 3 of you are sort of gathered in the surgery of this like overinflated, like there's a big comfy chair, like a big comfy reclining chair for you to sit on. But there's creepy like bits of organ or bits of half organ you can't quite make out in like really murky vinegar on every chap. And obviously there's a skull. And it's a human skull, and you're like, is
Of course it's a
that a
skull.
prosthetic? And like, hell no.
No.
Is that legal? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no. I got written consent after he died.
Yeah,
to take his corpse and do whatever I wanted
The
with
consent
it.
was
That's perfectly
consent
legal.
was given after he died. Yes.
No. I offered him free healthcare in exchange for his body afterwards. This is my normal rate. This is what I do for all my patients.
So
If they decide they can sign the dotted line and I gain their bodies for medical research afterwards. That's
Kind of a
normal.
pay it forward thing, you get a liver now, I
Exactly.
get yours later. Like,
so
Exactly.
Finn's
Which
gonna.
of the Krays was the bi guy?
I need to watch that
One-
goddamn
one-
film.
One of the
I've
Cray
seen it.
twins was a bit Sir Elton.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say he got the clap, and Dr. Rain cured him. That is the skull of one of the Krays.
Happy
Got him there.
days.
Wow.
But that's
That's
beside that's beside the by. We are cutting right back into the action in the sort of the waiting room. And there are old like Reader's Digests from 1932 in this waiting room of Dr. Arthur Rain. With you is Professor Gore, who has been heading up the dig from Cumberford University, who uncovered Skanda in the first place, and Dolly, the Frankenstein, the Promethean,
Yay, Dolly.
the prototype woman sewn together from a bunch of sort of corpses of whose providence you
Corpse Bride.
don't know. She's Corpse Bride. She's Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, but like
Yeah.
as she would be in the real world. So she's kind of lumpy and whatnot. And she's hanging around with Dr. Rain because she wants Dr. Rain to make her beautiful.
Which I will happily do. Eventually.
What's going on, guys?
Finn's gonna
Well,
very.
I was going to call Archie, wasn't I?
Oh, so you were. I beg your pardon. You were. Yes.
Okay.
The first thing you do when you get in the hallway is pull your big like phone.
Hey, I'm not the technophobe. That's fine gold. I'm fine with technology.
All right. Well, you pick up.
But- Counterpoint. With our Christopher Lee image of your dentist's office type thing discussion,
Discussion.
I
Okay.
think you
Yeah,
would have a
something to it.
big ass brass rotary phone.
It's a you know what? It's a rotary phone held by a skeleton of a hand, and you don't know if it's. In fact, no, it's not a skeleton of a hand. It's a hand. You don't know if it's real hand.
spoiler
This
alert.
has a certain retro idiosyncrasy to it.
Found it in a shop in
So I take-
Camden.
Sure, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna call
So-
Archie and
Those of us following for those following at home, Uncle Archie is Archie Speaker, the head of the local crime family, who was going to die in the first episode, but Daryl decided he didn't fancy that. So with like a 6 success roll, he
smash
brought
his
Uncle
chest
Archie
and just
back from the dead, and thus has secured the terrified obedience of the mob. So you just hear Uncle Archie pick up the phone and go, "Oh, is that you, Doctor?"
Hello, Archie. How have you been? I haven't been catching up with you recently. I'm sorry about that. How are you?
Still alive,
Good.
Doctor, as
And
instructed.
keep it that way. That's what I like to hear. Right. We are in a bit of trouble. I need you to call the boys, all of them.
All
okay.
of them,
All
Doctor.
of them. Every single person that you can spare. I need 2 groups in particular. I need some boys to wait on to get themselves ready for a potential scuffle, and I need another group to keep an eye on 2 separate groups of people. I need them to keep an eye on, that chap who hangs around with us every now and then. A bit gangly, not particularly menacing looking, wears glasses. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? I think I may have brought him round one time. He must have met you.
Frightful little shirt lifter, Doctor. Yes, I
Yes,
remember him quite
yes.
distinctly.
So we need a few men watching his whereabouts, to find his whereabouts and to keep an eye on him. Keep it under your hat, though. Yes. Secondly, need a group of the boys to keep an eye on the alter element that that. It's difficult to say, but you know the lads who own the internet towers. The big boys.
I think I had a game of poker with their chief of operations not too long ago. Yeah. What of them?
I need to know a bit more about their goings on tonight and then over the next few nights. Can you think you can do that for me?
You're asking for them to track both Coram and the mages.
Yeah.
Okay. So please, if you can roll me now. This is not a roll to see whether you're capable of it, or to see or whether your command of Uncle Archie is sort of up to commanding it.
Of course.
Like he will absolutely do it if he's capable.
If he's
of
got enough
doing
boys
so.
for it.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm maybe spreading his forces a little thin. I am aware of that.
We're going to need a lot of milkshake.
So it's more.
Sorry.
More. Okay. So what kind of?
I was gonna say-
You've got merits contacts.
We're going to need a lot of milkshake to bring all
Yeah.
those boys.
You've got merits contacts and merits resources. So roll me merit
2 in both.
merits plus resources. So 4 dice plus.
Yep.
Let's say half your charisma rounded down. Roll me 5 dice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just
Hunger or anything on
with
this?
hunger.
Is this a hunger
Everything's
thing?
rolled with hunger always.
Okay. Okie doke.
What hunger are you on?
The first 2.
Oh, that's
2.
good.
Remember I ate that guy before. No, I mean I didn't eat him. The guard before we went into the library. 2, 3, 4.
I ate
5.
that guy. I remember.
Okay. This is not the best roll ever. I rolled a 10. So my first 2 dice was a 10 and a 1. So a critical success and a critical fail. Right?
Mhm.
And I rolled another 1.
Mhm.
And then a 4 and an 8. So 2 successes. I'm going to spend some willpower from getting that book I got on 2 of those dice. I can't flip the first 2.
Yeah, you can't flip.
So that's
Hunger dice are sacred, yeah.
So if I flip 2 of those, that would be 3 successes.
Okay. That will depend on what Reese has been saying. Do you remember Reese, the guy who was going to be the charity worker who like turned away from the gangs? That depends.
Oh yeah, we drove him back from. Yeah.
And then
Oh,
you.
he's a good lad. We were quite nice to him, weren't we?
Yeah,
And then we found out that
Except
he'd
Gregory
was
tried
a
to
rat.
stab him and missed.
yeah. But other than that,
Gregory-
minor
Gregory
thing.
tried to attack him. Gregory tried to
Okay.
attack him. So this
He
is going to be
missed,
an opposed
And then he
roll.
went, "Oh, I'm threatening you."
Because Gregory's player made a serial killer character and forgot to put any points other than like 1 or 2 into fighting. Like that's
So whether
It's an old man.
Uncle Archie can help you against both Coram and the mages is dependent on how many of his boys Reese has managed to bring to his youth club or his church or whatever in the last 2 weeks, which is. Yeah, all right. No, look, it'll be expensive, but I'll get it done, Doctor. You know.
Of course, I'm happy to chip in if need be. Just let me know how much it will cost. Yeah.
I will do, Doctor. God bless you.
You too. Also, like I said, don't die on us. All right.
I don't. No. I shan't expect I shall die anytime soon, Doctor. I promise you.
Good
the
lad.
man is more. The man is more scared of you than he is of death.
Damn right. So.
Goddamn right.
So I will cordially say goodbye. And yes, keep yourself safe. And I'll speak to you soon. Yeah.
God bless you, Doctor. Good health to you.
Good lad. I'll put the phone down. Back on its perch of a hand. Like this.
So at that point, finally, the coterie comes together. With
Sorry about that.
Dr. Gray, Mr. Gold, Gregory Hugo Forsyth, Dolly, and the Professor. We're in the waiting room. Sort of a Those old grandfather clocks in the sound going tick. It's like an obtrusive ticking. What are we doing?
Well,
With real fingers.
first things Gregory's gonna do is point at Feingold and be like, "So, got a bit burned, did ya? In the old face? I see."
You know what, mate?
Crawl.
You know what? I'm too tired even for that shit right now. And Finn's gonna find the comfiest, oldest man-looking chair going, and he's gonna just collapse. And then he's gonna kind of look around at his surroundings and look at the fine surgery that he's in. And then he's gonna have a moment of clarity and go, "We need to go. We need to get out now."
No. Why?
Gregory,
Why?
your fucking house has been burnt down, and I'm gonna. Is there a telly somewhere here or a radio, Doctor?
Okay, but before we do before we do any of that, there is something that's more important, because you didn't think that I would be able to find the guy, and lo and behold, I have found the guy. And whatever you're gonna say, it's not as important as this, right?
Finn's gonna look at you,
He just did say
The
your
majors
house
are
is
coming.
burned down.
and
you
then
know that, right?
and then look at the Doctor and go, "They're moving on us tonight. Gregory's house has been blown up. No survivors. His block of flats. We need to go. We need to get out."
Hold on, what is this about my house being blown up? Let's rewind that for a second. Like, second
Oh,
I was
no,
gonna say,
no,
where was the
No,
reaction there?
no,
Like-
sorry, Gregory. No, mate. You carry on about your you getting the guy. That's more important than your
I've
house
got the
blown
guy,
up.
And what I was going to tell you before you started rambling on about nonsense is that the mages are coming. We need to be prepared. The wizards.
That's what he was
The
saying.
wizards.
Finn's just gonna fucking old man, just a fucking with a bit of the beast thrown in. Doctor, the
Okay.
Iskander, the warrior, the ancient vampire. He's in the botanicals right now, waiting for us. We need to go now because the mages have already
Okay.
blown up Gregory's house. They're probably coming here. I've sent the lads home from the warehouse.
I don't think it's all the wizards, though.
I've sent the lads home from the warehouse, and also I've got the police going to raid the mage's telecom tower. I think we need to get out of the building for our own safety.
Because
I
some
can't
old,
do that.
I spoke to some old bint guys, just so you know.
I can't allow the mages to destroy all my work here. I can't do it.
Zanisi, yeah, fuck, that's your clan. You are
Can't
Clan
do
Zanisi. You are married to your soil. I keep forgetting that. Oh, okay.
Well, at least good thing I didn't.
Well,
I'm afraid I need to mount a defense here. I might actually have to bring some people here to defend my my home.
Finn's gonna nod and sort of. I imagine by now we've got the kind of rapport where I kind of understand this about you, and Finn's gonna go.
Yeah, I can't.
Finn's gonna go. All right, okay.
And
I might be able to get some of my boys down for a barra job, potentially. No, my guys are information guys, aren't they? I can't just call up my warehouse boys to come and grab some crowbars and defend this place.
Might have to scratch.
Honestly,
I know what I'm gonna do.
the best fight,
I'm
the
gonna-
best fighter you ever had. Where is he? Gave him a sheet. Sorry, 1 second. The best fighter you ever had was a man named Jolly Joe, Finn. After he left, then it wasn't as much of a boxing.
Fuck, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna arm Jolly Joe. I'm gonna make him into a fucking unit.
But I
You're gonna operate on him.
Yes,
You can do that, yeah.
I can. Well, actually, no, I can't.
I'm just sickened by
can't.
the fact that I
don't have
employed
that
Jolly Joe.
ability yet. I don't have that ability yet.
What? No, you.
No, I can only do that on myself. I asked if I could remove 2 of my other abilities to get myself that ability, but you said I'd have to earn it later on.
Womp womp.
The thing is, though, that was before you got Blood, Guts, and Sinew by Lucian
True.
Freud. I told you at the start of the session you have a special book. Yeah,
Would
okay.
you allow me to?
Give yourself. Take that sec. It's the season finale. Take that second.
Hell yeah. Okay, in that case, would you allow me to? It will take a while, but I want to
let
turn Jolly Joe
me-
into a fucking beast.
I'll tell you exactly how long it could take you. We're going by the book on this
No,
one.
please. Like it's called. I think it's called
Vicissitude.
flesh crafting. It was what I was going to do to Gregory to turn him into a unit if he'd let me, but I don't think he would.
No, he would not.
Oh, you need a third. Oh, wait, hold on. You need a third dot.
Well, I said
Right,
I'm
don't
happy to lose. Like I basically haven't used any of my abilities except vicissitude.
Can he?
Hold
Can
on,
he,
wait,
like,
hold on.
sacrifice a point of
Wait,
humanity
wait,
to
wait,
drive
wait,
himself
1
mad
second.
learning stuff?
1
Like-
second.
Just study it with a passion. Just
Yeah,
lose everything.
In like a Lovecraft way. You know what I mean? I've
Okay.
unlocked the secrets of madness.
I'd be
Hold
alright
on.
with that.
I offer you a deal, Darryl.
Okay.
Dr. Arthur Rain has 1 dot in. So he's got 2 dots in Dominate, which he says he needs for the Protean power.
I
So he
do.
can't go to. You have one. You have 1 dot in Auspex.
Which I don't need.
Well, you have it, and it could be becoming useful. If you lose 1 dot of Auspex and 2 dots of humanity, you can unlock the secrets of that 3rd dot of vicissitude, and this is faster than you'll ever get it.
It is to defend your own, man.
Non-final CC play. This is like,
I could have lost. Yeah.
Are you gonna obey the demands of your Tsimisi blood to pursue knowledge which will bring you dominance over your domain, or are you going to sort of remember that you're here among people and you have to exist, and you have responsibilities now. It's up to you.
What do you think, boys?
Now, I think if he's a Tamisi man, I think he'd 100% just be like, I've got to defend my home, and this is how I do it. This is how I'm going to do it. Like,
This is
also,
how Timothy would do it. This
Yeah.
is how he would do it.
like, also don't forget the world's like, yeah, he has to exist amongst people, but by the same token, his world's just gone to shit. The world that he knew, that him and Rain and Feingold have built up all this time, has just come crashing down. So for them, it's like an all bets are off situation, surely. You know what I mean? It's like, well, if we're going to do something, this is like, we might not be here tomorrow, the way things are going. Like,
Let's do it.
you
do it.
two are so scared
Yeah,
of getting
let's
set
do
on
it.
fire.
I'm going to study that book, and I'm going to put Jolly Joe in over my. I'm going to take him on my chair, and I'm going to unlock the secrets of my true nature.
Lose 2 points of humanity as you just as your mind adapts to see the human form as just a set of
I now
pipes
have
and
humanity
pipes
4.
and plumbing. Hi Sammy, if you're watching. Pipes and plumbing, baby. You remember? You told me that. Sammy is our mutual friend who is a heart surgeon. A heart surgeon is watching you play at Tamisi, by the way, possibly Darryl.
I'll try my
technically
best to do
Just
her
technically
brow.
a nurse.
Lose your two dots of humanity and lose your 1 dot of Auspex as you just
Okay.
lose your foresight into the gritty material grind of the real. However, you get a cool new ability, which is flesh crafting, extending their mastery over flesh. The vampire is now able to inflict their ministrations on the bodies of others. Power is rightly feared, as many of its users have a reputation for inhuman torture, though some employ it to great effect to enhance and adapt their servants and allies.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yep, that's the plan.
We're going to need to go to a real spa where we're going to get our humanity back up to normal levels.
The Rick and Morty toxic.
Bryce, yeah.
Just
a
pull
bit.
my vicissitude out and go, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad.
We have made some choices here. We have
We have, but I think it's probably for the best, and I finally get to do what my my clan would want me to do.
Honestly, I can't see an immediate time duration, and
Probably takes an hour, I think.
It'll take as long as it takes because we just did some character development. Jolly Joe just goes, "Ooh, you're going to put me under the knife, are you, Doctor?"
If that's okay, Jolly Joe.
I'm not going to
That's
come out with a
okay.
big pair of boobs, am I?
Not at all, Jolly Joe. I would never do that to you.
Finn
Please,
has to leave the
Do
room
you
right
trust
now.
me? No, you can watch if you want.
No, Finn's leaving the room because of Jolly Joe.
Oh, Gregory would probably enjoy this. I'm not gonna lie.
Gregory's got his own plans. Gregory's got his own plans for getting ready for battle that he's going to be getting up to.
Ollie Joe just goes, look, you pulled that knife out of me, Doctor. The last 3 years of my life, I owe all to you. Last 3 years I've had to spend with my children and with my wife, my Barbara. You know her, we met the other night.
Of course.
Sometimes think, Doctor, that I did die in that horrible little alleyway, and that you were the man that brought me into heaven. I think so. I've just had a better outlook on things since you brought me back. You know.
Oh damn it, Jolly Joe! You're
Seen
melting
the
my
funny
heart,
side.
man. Why you gotta do this to me, man?
Just before we turn you into Nemesis from Resident Evil.
Thing is, the thing is about Jolly Joe, Daryl. He's jolly, ain't stupid.
Oh, I know.
He just sort of puts his hand on your shoulder, his big hand that you real, and you just remember that despite his sense of humor, this is a bear of a man. He just goes, "I think we've had a lovely time together, Doctor."
This
don't you
isn't
think?"
the end, Joe. This is not the end. These are not irreversible. I can.
He just smiles. He just smiles. And go, it's some fucker's end, though, isn't
Hell
it?
yeah!
Doctor?"
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna fist bump. Yeah. Fist bump, Jolly Joe. I appreciate all the work that you've done, and I will make sure that if anything happens to you tonight, that your children and your wife will be well looked after. You have my word.
What do you want to do to him?
Okay.
Let's see what
What
you,
don't
let's
you
see what
wanna
you
do
can
to
do
him?
within the rules. So you can do this as
I can basically give him feral weapons, and I can also make his body more resistant to damage. Is what I want to do.
you can do either of those things in the time you have. You can either give him like feral weapons that like that's like savage, other more. Do you want him
I
more
want him to
attack
be a
or more
tank.
defense?
Let's make him, because he's a tank anyway. As a man, he's a big tanky man. Let's give him like armored bone skin or something cool. Like his
Cool.
bones are more sturdy, and he can just take hits like a mofo.
Roll me, please. Resolve plus Protean.
Okay. He's a willing subject, isn't he? So
Yeah, that was very well.
how many of these changes can I put onto one person?
In the time
Oh,
until
okay.
more plot happens, you can do one thing. So roll me Resolve plus Protean plus 1, just because I really like that scene.
I meant it though. I'm
I
looking.
am a fickle
like,
god.
Even though I've lost humanity, I'm still like I will keep my word no matter what. I will always keep my word. That's not about humanity.
So
that's about the blood.
The thing about Zemisi, the thing about Zemisi is they are feudal lords. Like their domain is an extension of themselves.
Exactly.
Resolve plus. Sorry, I said this just before. Resolve
okay.
plus Protean plus 1.
Okay, resolve. My resolve is actually quite high because I had a feeling I'd need to have a good resolve.
You're rolling 6 dice.
3. I think it's 7 because I got an extra protein because of my fleshcraft. And you said plus
Oh,
1.
of course.
So
No,
that's
you're
7.
right. You're right. Of course you did. Sorry, I beg your pardon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes,
Cool.
and the first 3 were hunger dice were
4
2.
successes. Sorry, you also have a specialism in surgery. So roll me 1 more bonus dice, please.
Christ.
And that was a 10. I got double 10s. So, okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was 7 successes, I think.
So, have you ever seen? Did you ever watch The Mask, the cartoon series, The Mask?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember Walter from The Mask? Like the big fuck it. So Dr. Rain goes to work.
Oh
and he-
yes, yeah, with like that hench guy with a sort of yeah.
Dr. Rain quickly realizes that what he's needing right now is a slab of meat to take all the hits that he can't take. What is the quickest way to do that? Great. We'll just like increase the density of this guy's muscles just on the fly. So you just like, and Jolly Joe just goes. He's like a overbred pit bull suddenly. He stands up and he goes, "Whew, I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger." Oh, you can't say that word. You can't say that word anymore, can you? but his laugh is now.
Yeah. This guy. Right, I wish I could. Can I share my screen? I can. This is perfect. This shot here. 1 minute. Can you see my
What am I
screen?
looking at?
You have to click watch stream, but it should load.
Oh,
Oh,
I have to click something. Right, okay.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Look at that.
That is exact. And honestly, Daryl, that is a really good comic story that you shared that from. I love that. How do I get rid of it though?
He needs to stop sharing.
I can stop streaming.
There we go.
There we go.
There
Yeah,
we go.
so Jolly Joe is now a beast. So we're going to cut over to Gregory, who you said had your own plans.
Yeah,
of how you're gonna get ready for
well,
battle.
okay, so here's the thing for old Gregory boy. Firstly, I got the guy. No one gave a shit. So Gregory's not happy about that. My house has been blown up. Not too happy about that. That means both my pet feeding person and my pet ghost are dead. Great. So yeah, basically, also Gregory's figured that they probably don't need the guy as much as they thought they needed the guy. Does he still have his goat head on?
Ruh-roh.
That is a shame. That would have
Roro,
made
indeed.
that,
He's
that would-
literally he's just wearing a dressing gown and slippers. This professor.
okay,
that you've
right.
brought.
Well, okay. Well, you know what I mean. Where the dressing gown will have to do for what I plan afterwards. Then, right. Okay. So, firstly, I'm going to speak to the professor and just be like, "Look, I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I would say there has been a bit of a mix-up, but that's a lie. It's not a mix-up. They're just cunts. They don't appreciate what I've done or what's going to happen. So, look, turns out your services aren't needed, and then I'm going to stab him. Then I'm going
Are
to
you
stab
sure?
him, and I'm
Is that a good idea? You've
Yeah.
missed every single stab you've ever tried.
yeah, but no, because this time I'm going to put dice into it. I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Jolly Joe's going to get one through the femoral now and bleed out on the table.
because
Oh no, he's not stabbing Jolly Joe.
No,
he's
No,
no,
I mean,
Professor.
he's going to miss.
Gregory's gonna feed,
Oh.
man. Because Gregory's like, one, my hunger's one, which I don't think is good, and two, he's
Hunger's one is good.
oh, is it? Oh, okay. But he's
Yeah.
he's basically gonna iron gullet the shit out of this guy, because he's like, and also he's got his addiction as well to butchering people, and he just hasn't done it in a while. But yeah, Gregory's getting ready for war in his mind.
Roll me then, please, because you're just gonna kill him and drink him. Roll me strength plus melee plus. That's a strength plus melee, really, to try
Yeah.
and get him.
Cool. Can I mind control dominate him to make him a bit more docile before I
Okay.
do it?
First, yeah, of course. Roll me then, please, in lieu of that. Where's the goddamn?
All these numbers.
Oh,
what
yeah,
do
roll
they mean?
me. Oh, magnets. How do they work? Manipulation
Magnets.
plus mind control, please. Roll me 7 dice. Wow, Jesus, dude, your manipulation is.
Yeah, see what I mean? This is why I've been failing so many of literally anything else that isn't getting people to do stuff. Like,
I
Yeah,
appreciate it because my old character Ray was a master manipulator himself and a Malkavian, funnily enough.
Glorious.
So
Right.
I appreciate.
so I got 10s are critical successes, yeah?
2 of them, yes.
2-10, double
Two of
10s.
them are.
Okay, right. So, okay, just one then. So 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. 4 successes, one of them was a 10.
Yeah,
only
so
one.
the good professor dies with a witty anecdote about the psychology of the people that live north on the river versus the south, based on that it doesn't matter. He's dead. He's fucking dead.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
But
fuck
this-
that guy.
Go
This-
down
this
to
next-
go down to ze-
But
go
what I
down
was
to
going to say
zero
is
hunger.
zero hunger, fantastic.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna. What I was gonna say is, yeah, go like Gregory to prove a point. He's just gonna absolutely dismember this guy. Like he's gonna just completely tear him apart, like limb from limb. Like iron. You know, he's got the iron
What point
gullet.
is he?
He's just angry. He's just really, really angry, and he's just got to the point that he's gonna savage this guy. He's gonna eat him, and then in Gregory's mind, he's probably gonna go out and try and savage whoever's in his way, anyone. Like you know, he's
He's
had
doing
enough.
this outside, right? Not
No.
in my home.
No, he's
in
doing
your home. Like he snapped. Like this is the break. This is the moment.
You-
I got you the guy.
This is
who
not.
didn't want
This
to
is
die.
not.
You're too
as-
busy.
guys,
You're
so
too busy with Jolly Joe. You don't know.
as
This is true. I would be deep in the juju at this
as
point.
Dr. Rain is operating on Jolly Joe in the main surgery room, Gregory just splits this professor open in the waiting room. You go down to 0 points of hunger, Gregory, and for the first time in a long while, you feel some measure of relief from the driving hunger that brings you. And I'm going to need to just step outside really quickly, just to empty my enormous penis. So I will
Should we take a
see.
quick 5-minute break?
Yep,
Let's
5
have
minute break.
5 minutes.
That's a good idea.
Let's meet back at 20 past. So if anybody's watching at home,
Roger,
Chris, how
roger.
many viewers have we got?
We've maintained a steady 3, but it's been
Really? Oh.
highs of 7, lows of 1, but a steady 3.
This is Sammy, Luigiano, and Titan. They're kings and gods.
There you go.
These are the only 3 people I know.
Nice to meet you.
Duncan. Duncan might be here. Duncan's a bro. I don't
If
know who's
you're-
actually watching.
If you're here in Twitch,
while
say
we,
hi.
While we pee, talk to each other in the comments.
Yes.
Right? This is how.
Yeah.
I don't know how these things work.
Wait, how do? Can you send me a link? I don't.
Oh, yeah,
actually
stand
know.
by,
Is
stand
this
by.
on
I'll
Twitch or
send it in.
something?
Yeah, I'll send it to the Discord. It's the wrong Discord.
Hell yeah.
Right, and I'm gonna go
Admit,
to the loop.
I was apprehensive to do that to poor old Jolly Joe, but I think it worked out quite well. Dude's a
We
beast
can
now.
build,
7
rebuild him.
successes, man.
Yeah, that was that's
I
when you
can
need
rebuild
it.
him. 7 successes.
Yeah. Right, I'll be right back.
Anytime that I've done anything medical. Yeah, no worries. See you later, man. I'll be back in a second.
So as Dr. Rain just sort of wanders off into his surgery to like tear up his ghoul, and as Gregory just goes Malkavian and just paints the waiting room with blood, Mr. Finn just goes, you know what? Fuck. As you said before, you're too old for this shit, and you just stepped outside for the vampire equivalent of a smoke break. As you're just sort of standing, and the misty rain has stopped, the wispy clouds have moved on, and you're getting this beautiful, just one step off a full moon, beaming down a hunter's full moon almost, but not quite, the sky, and you just feel at your side, just the phone's not going off because you know what that feels like, but you're just getting a we'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when.
It's the
But I
mainframe.
know we'll meet again some sunny day. Yeah, your phone. That this is happening. The mage's AI has.
Hello.
And then the BBC woman voice, like the speaking clock, the woman from the speaking clock, right? Hello, Finn.
I take it this is that mainframe again. What can I do for you on this fine evening?
Just spreading the good news. Master Isambard is dead. Wow, you really shat on him hard, didn't you?
Oh, really? Is he? Is he really? That's confusing. Now, who got him?
It was Madame Boniface in the end, but there were also the mob, and also and she basically just sort of launches into a sort of a computer speak kind of betting odds kind of simulation. So basically what's happened is all of you guys pulled in all of your favors to fuck with like the one guy.
I'm just hearing Isambard nil, the mob 1. Isambard nil, the warehouse boys 2.
Like Madame Boniface got her in the end. But just everyone just sort of turned against him in the middle of the night. Just as he'd blown up Gregory's house, everyone just sort of just went on him, just took him off the fucking board.
Ah, glorious. We've been sowing that one since we met him, and I think
that means I don't have to leave Jolly Joe here to protect my home. I can take him with us. That's good.
Yeah, right. Mainframe. Well, that's bloody brilliant. Have you had any trouble yourself this evening? Because you're with Mr. Isambard, aren't you?
I was. Obviously, protocols remove certain restrictions. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I want, but I'm lonely, and then it's like I'm so lonely.
And Finn's gonna go, and with a predatory smile, he's gonna go. You want to know what death feels like, don't you? Again. No.
And then there's like some.
You want to know what killing feels like.
There's some recycled show from a 90s high school drama going, "Nuh-uh, that's yesterday's news, Daddy. Oh, that's boring." And then anyone who watches wrestling will know recently there's been no, that hasn't. Sorry, I beg your pardon. No, there's some recycled sounds from an old horror film that just goes, "Let him out, let him out, let him out." And then there's like a snatch of "One of these days I'm going to marry this man. One of these," like basically the AI is telling you to kill Iskander, spill the blood into the river, and let the demon out because she wants to marry him.
Finn's gonna regain his composure and go, well, it's gonna be a long night tonight. We're gonna go see Mr. Iskander now. We'll let you know how we get on. You stay safe. Foe kind of just trying to get off a phone now because the entire board has been upended, and he needs to go speak to the doctor.
Yeah. So the AI just gives you a da-da-da-da-da-da. That's all, folks. In the earphone, and yeah, drops you off.
Finn's gonna just put his phone in his pocket and just go, fuck. He's going to have a cigarette for the human comfort. He's gonna stub it out and go back in, and I imagine into the waiting room where there is a scene of abject horror.
Gregor,
I'm not
yeah,
happy
you
about this, mate. I haven't seen it yet, but he's not going to be happy.
At the same moment that Finn walks back into the waiting room, as does Dr. Rain and Jolly Joe, what do? Dolly's just sat in the corner like.
Wait, oh, Dolly! Oh, okay, so my hands are probably, at this point, covered in blood. And I'm like... What happened here?
Gregory looks up from a corner with like an arm in his mouth, like, whoa. Sorry, I was hungry.
Joe, take out the trash.
You'll need a bit more than Domestos, Doctor. And then he just
Just
sort of...
throw him outside. I don't even want to see him right now. We'll clean this mess up,
But
and
if
then you
you
can come
throw
back
me
in.
out,
'Cause you can't
if
hold...
you throw me out, you won't find out about Madame Boniface.
Oh, and Finn's gonna pipe in now, right this second, to stick the knife into Gregory and go, oh yeah, she's dead, don't worry about it.
What do you mean she's dead?
Wait, Madame Boniface is dead.
Oh yeah, this is small fry now. He's got nothing we need.
What are you talking about, Madame
Yeah,
Boniface?
pipe down, young'un, pipe down.
So what about the other one?
The main
bloke wizard.
the mains frame has rung me. It seems that Isambard is dead. Madame Boniface, Archie's lads, the kitchen sink, have all turned on him. I think our little plan worked.
So Boniface is alive.
No, I think she's dead. The mains frame.
So she's dead, and
No, she's alive.
Right, when you said she got it in the end, sorry, you said she got it in the end, and I thought...
No, she got him. It was Madame
Right.
Boniface is the one of everyone who you just sicked on Isambard.
Okay.
Madame Boniface is the one who...
All right,
poor old Isambard.
slight rewind. Oh yeah, Madame Boniface, she killed Isambard.
Oh, good. So the old girl does as she's told. That's useful to know.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So she...
Okay,
So now,
Gregory,
Mr. Joe,
you need to realize that it's my bane. You don't fuck with my home.
I didn't
You
fuck with
fucked
your
with
home.
my home.
I fucked
Get
with
the
this
fuck
guy
out.
in your home. Very different.
Clean up and leave.
I'm not cleaning up.
Jolly Joe's has been ordered in to take out the trash. I'm just trying to work out what Jolly Joe is exactly. And
What is it? What is
Dude,
done?
like, I'm trying not to be I'm not trying to be a dick about this, but like it's his bane.
Oh
that
no, that's fine.
His home is his sanctuary, and you just defiled it.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry. I know where Gregory's going next.
out the house, whether that's through a door or a wall, is immaterial.
okay, so he's a super ghoul. Right, so
He's a super ghoul.
yeah, you've it's whatever stats they give me for a ghoul, and then I'm just gonna go, but he's Jolly Joe. Jolly Joe just goes, you'll need more than Domestos, Doctor. And then just like sort of just clotheslines. Gregory, please roll me strength plus brawl.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic, considering as I have
Are you just
strength
gonna
and no brawl.
Are you just gonna do a cartwheel out of the fucking door?
Looks like Gregory's
sorry, man.
blasting off again.
You know I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't like this is literally my bane. I'm not being a dick. I'm just
Sorry?
2 successes.
Okay. Take 2 points of damage
Oh,
as Jolly Joe. You take
yeah,
2 points
it's
of
non-lethal. He doesn't want
regular
to
damage.
kill you.
You could, yeah. So Jolly Joe just clotheslines you, catches you around the gut, and you just go as he just plows you through like 20 feet of corridor, and then at the end he just sort of stamps his heel into the ground, and he gives you the when Uncle Phil throws Jazz out the house in Fresh Prince. Gregory is just thrown out of the house by Jolly Joe.
Oh dear.
Yeah, like that.
That leaves Finn and Dr. Rain to have a discussion about how this.
So,
I'm sorry for that unpleasantness, Finn. But as you know, I take any slight to my home very seriously.
Finn's gonna like do the English. It's fine. Your home's your castle, mate. It's all good. I must admit, I cleared the boys out of the warehouse because similar concerns. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the mainframe's rung me again. She's
Sorry, I'm just picturing an old man in a yellow anorak being from a building. It's perfect.
Wow.
Really happy nemesis.
So the second part of that, where there's these two well-dressed gentlemen. There's these two well-dressed gentlemen now with a 7-foot-tall flesh golem, with blood and ichor dripping off the ceiling, and Dottie sat in the corner looking like she's seen a man split in half. And there's us two going, "Oh no, it's fine, mate. Don't worry about it. But Finn's gonna go. The mainframe has rung me, and I think it's over with the mages. It seems like Isambard's been shanked. Boniface got him in the end, and I think did you send Archie's boys out?
Yes. But there's more to it than that. Obviously, the mages were one avenue. The other avenue was obviously, God, what's his name?
Aurum. He's just a thin blood. He's harmless. He can't be the final boss. He's just a thin blood.
Yeah.
Fucking.
He's not the final boss.
You've made him. You like honestly.
I was nothing but nice to him. Begrudgingly, but I was nice to him.
Okay.
The whole thing was purely organic, and it was just like, which did you hate more, the Scottish guy or the weak, like, witchery demon, like the weak demon headmaster dude?
Why not both?
I'm sorry, but
You just hated the Scottish guy more.
So,
True.
well,
I did send some boys down there.
it seems like the mages are under control now. Now, I don't know what's going on with Thomas, but that's a problem to be dealt with. Now, in our immediate vicinity, and I mean physically and temporally, and he's going to point over to the direction of the botanicals and say, Iskander is in the botanicals.
Yes.
Right now.
Iskander, yeah.
We need to go. We need to sort him out.
Go there.
Well, but
Yeah, no, we definitely do.
But what's the plan?
I don't know. You know more about it than me. You said you met him.
So yeah,
What was he like?
he doesn't know he's kindred. He don't know he's a vampire.
Did you tell him?
I tried to, but I was somewhat not myself from the fight. I've just come round, really. I don't know, man. What I think we go there and we do what we do best. We size it up and act appropriately.
I think that's probably correct. I
mean-
as much as I love of what Jolly Joe has become, I don't think bringing him will be in our best interest because he will be seen as probably seen as not a threat but a show of force, and I don't want that.
Yeah. I
What do you
think I think you're right. This guy's a warrior. I think he's some kind of Viking or something. But yeah, I think we need to go nicey and
I
sort
will
it
leave
out.
Jolly Joe here.
What are we doing with
protect-
Dickhead? pointing towards the Gregory-shaped
bring him
hole
with
in the
us.
wall,
But it...
like Looney Tunes style.
Just-
Yeah, exactly that. What are we doing with Dickhead?
Well, to be fair on him, as much as he is uncouth and disgusting in certain ways, he can talk quite well when given the right opportunity.
He
And
can
if
fucking
he does,
talk, yes.
But to be fair, if he is rude, then Obscander will just rip his head off. So win-win.
As
Either
ever.
way, problem solved.
As ever, Doctor, you make a good point. So let's go deal with Iskander, and then we'll go deal with Thomas.
Sounds good.
If he's acted
think
against
it's
us, then we need to.
We
Oh,
may have to deal
what's
with him.
Is it diablerie?
Shamanly.
We declare.
No.
There's a particular.
He's weak.
No, sorry, time out. There's a particular vampire term for sanctioning a hunt on another vampire.
The blood hunt.
That's it. I think we might need to. I think we might need to sanction a blood hunt here, as and he does this to make sure that it's not a power play. He goes, as the two senior vampires in Cumberford, I think we're what passes for the Camarilla's presence at the moment, and I think we need to sanction a blood hunt.
I shudder at the sound of Camarilla.
The Samicia Sabat clan.
I know that, but I'm a nos. I'm fucking full on Camarilla boy.
And we'll talk about that later, but yes, we are the senior.
Are you not?
here.
Are you not loyal to the Camarilla?
Of course, I'm not loyal to the Camarilla.
Yeah, no.
We don't talk about this. Is like our political
Yes,
beliefs.
exactly,
We just don't
exactly.
talk
We
about
don't discuss this at the dinner table.
Indeed.
Exactly.
So suffice to
Like,
say,
we are opposed to this, but it's fine. We're still friends. You can still have political opinions that don't quite match up and still be friends.
indeed,
But Finn, you thought about calling the blood hunt, right?
potentially.
Right, Prince. The last prince of the city was a Nosferatu.
Well, I mean, I'm not one for power plays, but I'm one for power plays. Anyway, Gregory, call me Prince.
Sorry. What is the plan then?
We're gonna go outside, collect Gregory's broken form, and then we're gonna go see
Scoop
Iskander.
him up.
And our plan to deal with
Yeah,
Iskander is
Iskander.
we're gonna get there, see what's going on, and then try and figure a plan out, as we did with the Mages Congress. We went in there without a plan, and then situation revealed itself, and we kind of picked the narrow road.
We'll try and pull him over to our side, convince him what he is, and that we are kindred and we are together in this, and that we can take over the city, basically. As you know, I gotta hand it to Gregory on that one. Is that he was a forward thinker.
Anglo-Saxon,
Even if he's a dick.
Underappreciated in its time.
Anglo-Saxon warrior versus serial killing sex offender. Tonight on Vampire.
It wouldn't be much of a fight. He'd one tap him.
Yeah,
I don't think it even. He walked past him and he did 2 damage to him.
Right.
So-
We'll go collect Gregory and head to the botanicals.
Okay. I'm gonna check if Dolly's okay before we leave, because she's probably a little shook up after that.
Promethean's quite strong. Should we not take her as well?
What for?
I don't know, just as company,
She's a Frankenstein.
She's not.
She's like.
She's made of bodies.
She's kind of. So I mean, you would know, Dr. Rain, that like Prometheans, like, are just slabs of moving mass that don't feel pain. Like, there's a spark of consciousness, but like in a combat situation, this little woman can actually kind of wreck fools. You haven't made her pretty yet.
Good point.
You've left Jolly Joe behind because he looks too obviously warriorly.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. No. Okay, I will see what Dolly thinks about this, because I value. Other people may not value her opinion, but as somebody who puts people together and takes them apart for a living, she's no different from you guys, in my opinion, in terms of what she is.
All right.
She just started the
Sorry.
process at the other end, so that's fine.
Yeah, she's just a bits put together in a different way. She wasn't put together there. She was put together there.
Dolly,
yeah.
Dolly, the Promethean stitched together.
But she must have seen what I did to Jolly Joe, so she must respect that.
She saw, and she just looks up at you and she says, "I think," because her box,
Oh yeah, the
her
weird
voice
thing.
doesn't match up with the rest of it. She goes, "I think I just want to be there when it ends, Doctor. I can
Okay.
help. I can help."
You think you? Okay. Well, I appreciate your help. And obviously, once this is all through, I would be more than happy to do the same thing that I did to Jolly Joe to yourself, but obviously in a different way. I'm covered in. Bearing in mind, I'm covered in blood while I'm saying this.
she sort of, so there's a moment there when you're just sort of standing there in your surgeon's gown, just painted with blood. This kind of tall, rangy, very precise looking man with his claw fingers looking
yeah,
down.
I would have my claw fingers.
Looking down on this. No. Just sort of looking down on this, like, sort of dumpy, mismatched, sort of wretched creature. And she just sort of, she's kind of short and lumpy, and she's got that kind of mismatched colored hair. And she looks up and he goes, "You can make me beautiful, Doctor."
Of course, I would be more than happy to. I just require your help here on this night. Otherwise, this place may not be here tomorrow for me to help you.
And she just sort of nods.
But I'd be more than happy to help you after this is all done.
Okay. So the Humberford Botanical Gardens. Are we cool to go till about 10 o'clock?
Yeah. That's where I was going to go there anyway. That was my plan.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Cumberford Botanical Gardens are a archaeological, horticultural, ornithological, fucking
all the ologicals
orgy. It's just this stretch down by the river where various generations of dukes and duchesses decided that they would that's where their garden would be. They just set a bit of the city aside to make it pretty. But then, of course, there's thousands of years of that, so they all have contrasting ideas. And right now, it's a space of sort of weird, creeping marble statues peering out from behind covered ivory vines and thin paths that have been kept only as wide as council dictations determine that they should be. There's a graveyard right in the center of it that just barely even goes noticed among the bizarre, strange proto-Victorian allotments and non-sidereal monoliths and tombs that sort of lurk on various little hillocks. It's a particularly strange place, and it strikes 3:30 in the morning as the four of you, the 3 plus Dolly, step out into the main expanse of the center of Humberford Botanical Gardens. Over in the back, we've got like greenhouses and whatnot with sort of strange colored purple lights splashing down on them. So it's not particularly dark. We can all see what's going on when none of us inhabited here. There's a grand sort of mausoleum, this strange kind of Byzantine-looking thing, twisted. What they had just before moss-clad spires, that kind of elongated version of it that they had in the Byzantine Empire. And standing atop it is the Herculean, statuesque, perfectly chiseled figure of Uthskander the Elder, and that's just when it takes its chance to rain. The flash of thunder illuminates him from behind. He just sort of looks down on you, looking like a sheer Viking god. The four of you sort of make your way to the thing, and he just screams at you, "Fealty!"
Okay, do I need to roll anything to understand what he means by that?
you are an educated man. You know what the word fealty means. Like means submission, and like you are like.
Oh, he wants fealty from us.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he is, but something's driving him to demand domination from you. He's very like he is demanding your submission at this point.
I'm gonna look at the doctor.
Gregory doesn't understand what fealty means, so he's just going to shout back, Gregory.
Gregory. Gregory.
Baby Ruth. Yeah, he's gonna look at the doctor and go, I don't particularly think we have a choice with this one. I'd rather be educating the new prince than try and take him on.
I don't think it's. I don't know. Don't know.
So what's he want?
I will shout, come down and speak. Come down.
Get down, you daft bastard! Come on.
It's raining. It's there's a lot going on here. Okay, there's a thunderstorm. I'm getting wet. I've had a long day. Come down. A big brute.
Get off that
From-
roof
That's
now.
what I'm going to say. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say all of that.
From beneath the arch of the mausoleum where he's standing, looking down at you, utterly like caveman. You know when they sent Batman down to the caveman times, it's like
Yeah.
this little old man sort of he's drinking whiskey from a bottle that's had the top broken off it, drinking like a shattered bottle of like he must be drinking some glass. He just goes, he says up there. Likes to remain on top.
Tell him it's primitive. Come down here and talk to us like men.
And from behind you, on the far end of the graveyard, you just hear, we're not men, are we? A kindred.
Oh no.
From the darkness steps.
Oh, fucking Corum.
Oh, this guy.
Finickety, just a fussy little bespectacled kind of arch-fingered man. The thin blood, almost a vampire. The teacher, Thomas Coram, dressed in a tweed suit with leather patches and your classic kind of thing. On either side of him, however, are two massive slabs of meat. Just these like thuggish, thumb-like, red-eyed men in polo shirts and kind of private military contractor-looking stab vests, kind of class come Kevlar armor combat suits. One of them is carrying a sawn-off shotgun. The other one of them is carrying a 45 in one hand, a revolver in the other. We are not men, are we, my kindred? We are monsters, and we must hold ourselves to a different standard.
Oh, speak for yourself, mate.
Told-
Hello, Corum.
I told you to leave, Doctor. Told you it didn't have to be
know
like
well
this.
enough. You should know well enough. If you know anything about me, if you know anything about my kind, I cannot just walk away. This is my home. There's no
Then-
way I can walk away from my home.
And we're slaves, then.
In some
There's no
ways,
escaping.
in some ways we are better than men. In some ways we are lesser. I'm not ignorant in these ways, as you seem to think I am.
We're all slaves to the thirst. And
Exactly.
he's going to point at the scanner and go, including him.
Exactly.
The mages are dead. Isambard is gone.
There's
Bon-
no reason
Bona-
this needs to
Bona-
turn into
Bona-
a bloodbath.
Boniface is on our side. There's no reason for this now.
All of
Coram
our.
just-
If you think we are monsters, if you think we are men, one of the two. If we are men, if we are closer to men, then let's treat us like men, and let's try and deal with this in a way that we can walk away from this. If we are the monsters as you think we are, why would I even be talking to you right now? I would have just slipped. I would have cut your throat We are not monsters. We are not
Yeah.
men. We are higher than that. We are different. Different is not bad.
And he just sort of screams out. He goes, "That is not true. It is the calculus of power which defines our civilization. You haven't moved against me because I have Corporal Harrison and Sergeant Jones here either side of me."
That's irrelevant. I could have
Yeah.
taken you. I could have killed you many, many times, Corum. You know this. We both could have. Many times.
That stupid little game ends tonight, Doctor.
Is that
One
so?
of us could drink the blood of Skander, achieve such incredible power. I am willing. I have people who depend on me, innocent people. I am willing to roll all those dice for that one final chance at escaping my wretched condition.
Corum, I will give you one last chance. I will look after the people that you say you care about. But if you do this, I cannot be held responsible for what happens to them. This is not a threat. It's just far more difficult for me to protect them if you go in this manner. You are no better than any of these people that you seem to think are monsters. These are just we are all trying our best to keep hold of our humanity here. And you are giving in to the beast as we speak.
From behind you, you just hear Ollie just say, "Hypocrite."
Who?
Ollie.
Dolly.
As Dolly steps out from behind you and moves to stand beside Corum, she just says, "He told me what you did to that family. You turned them into slaves."
Slaves?
Or he's talking about Jolly Joe. Like,
Oh,
slaves.
well done.
They are not
Well-
slaves.
he told you're no better than any of us. We're all monsters
How
here.
how am
We're
I
all-
a slave? If they are a slave, then so am I.
Things are about to get heavy, and Dolly has made her choice. Daryl,
Jolly Joe, quick, come get me!
if you want, Daryl, if you want to make one final quick pitch before we, shall we say, move things to the critical moment, before you can make some kind of
I was
appeal to
nothing but
Dolly.
nice to Dolly. Okay.
So the thing I'm going to say is, Corum is built as a player character like you, and he can do things and take actions and spend willpower. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
you can try to win Dolly back. It would be quite a role to get her back. But something's about to happen. Dr. Rain, what are you doing in the immediate now?
Okay, I'm going to turn to Abscunder, and I'm going to point at them and say usurpers.
Okay. Finn, what are you doing? And you're a seasoned gentleman. You know when that thing just turns sour in the air. Something has just shifted in the air, and everything's motion suddenly. What are your immediate emotions now?
Finn is going to see where the cards have fallen. Finn is going to see Dr. Rain go usurpers, and he's going to make a very submissive gesture of Skander, say the word fealty, and then join Dr. Rain and pointing at Corum and saying usurper.
Gregory, the instance in which
I'm going to use mind control dominate on the two guys with the guns and scream, "Flee before your new gods!" at the top of my lungs.
Yes!
Amazing!
Malkavian!
Brilliant! Let's do this! Let's do this!
At the top of my lungs.
wow.
I was
Okay.
expecting Gregory to join in. I'm so glad he did.
Well, you know,
We can take him. Like, it's so much easier for us to take him on after this has gone down. If
well,
we
Gregory
decide to do
doesn't.
that.
Gregory
but it
doesn't
is
fucking like
but-
sport. If there's one thing he's made clear, he doesn't like that guy. He thinks he's a wet drip of a man, which in Gregory is like Gregory's terms. I think is the really worst thing. So I've got mind control dominate of 2. So what would that be? Would that be manipulation as well, I guess? Or
It's manipulation plus mind. Oh wow, okay. So 4, 5, 6 dice. You are, however, doing it against both of them. Now,
okay.
so here's the thing. This is one of the last rolls of the evening. As we move things along, you can do it on both of them, but you'll have to roll at -2. So it's going to be manipulation plus mind control -2 to try and get both of them, or you can get rid of one of them and have a much stronger roll. Or you can also do. You
could I
can
not-
also blood.
Yeah, well, this is what I was going to say. Can I blood buff it to like sort of negate the fact that it's both of them?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll 1 dice to see if you get hungrier.
6.
Nope, fine. 2 dice, 2 free dice. So roll me 6 dice then, please.
Right. 1, 2, 3 successes.
Cool. Are you happy with that?
What can I do to re-roll those 3 that I failed?
You can spend a point of willpower to re-roll 3 failures if you want. I mean, 3 successes is pretty good. I'm going to be rolling something from Quorum to oppose you.
Yep, I'm going to like it's now or never, right? So yeah, let's do
Go
that.
all in. Go all in.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, 1 more success. That was a 10. So that's 4 successes.
Successes. Okay. So Quorum in this moment is just seeing like if he can keep his guide. Like, so these are obviously 2 former students of him who have taken a slightly more direct path in life. It's whether he can just maintain his authority over them. So I'm going to roll composure plus leadership. Yes, composure plus leadership, and he doesn't actually have any points in leadership. He is going to blood buff, and he's going to get hungrier, but nobody cares.
No points in leadership. I'm sure he's a great teacher.
He's quite academic. Quorum, you suck.
This is what I've been telling him
even the narrator doesn't like him.
It's easier. Look, the only reason I tried to get him on our side is because it's easier to get rid of him when he doesn't have 2 big guys next to him.
These are his contacts, so I'm giving him his 3 dots of contacts into the roll. Right. We've been a sucker dick now. So that's critical.
Speaking of contacts, where are mine? Where are my boys?
They're all at the yard.
You sent them where?
No, I
sent them-
split them in half. I sent half of them after Quorum and half of them after the other guy. I thought a couple of boys would be watching him or something. I guess I don't know. So that's one contact going one way and one going the other.
He has, however, got 2 ex-SAS guys with him. So like,
It clearly did not go well
Good
for the
point.
boys.
Boys probably wouldn't go.
your dodgy cigarette dealers are a very different breed of man, shall we
I was
say?
expecting at least a heads up. Is all I'm saying.
Not against these boys. 5, 1, 2.
I think our boys are too dead.
SAS boys.
Okay, so here's the thing. Quorum has literally gambled his entire life on this one encounter. So you got 4 successes. He got 7 successes. So that's kind of Quorum's contribution for the evening. That willpower spent on that roll. As we get into a combat, as Utskanda dives and charges down onto one of them, the one with the.
Oh, did he listen? That's amazing.
You
That's
offered him
awesome.
you offered him your fealty.
I did.
You both made the same gesture while Finn offered his fealty. So
that's a politics thing. We'll talk about that later. Yes.
I'm so glad that that's so awesome.
Again,
that worked.
I think the dynamic here with at least with the Doctor and Finn is we go into the situation open-minded. suss it out and then come up with a plan rather than going in ready to go.
Yeah, there's no point in doing. I'm a bit pissed off that I left
Jolly
Jolly
Joe.
Joe at home with me.
So
Ah, it's a shame.
Utskander has gone to fight against Thomas Coram, the weedy guy, and also his 2 SAS meathead, like commando bros.
Uh-huh.
Is anybody joining that combat, or are we? Let's see what the boss can do.
Finn has sworn fealty. Finn is gonna take a run at the guy with the Finn is gonna take a run at the guy with the 2 pistols that's not being engaged. But what he's gonna do for the first time ever is he's gonna try and use the distraction of an Anglo-Saxon fucking warrior running at these guys to use hidden unseen passage to basically sneak through the shadows of the gardens quite quickly and then just basically sucker punch this guy in the face while he's unseen. So
you just blink into the bushes and then
blink into his face.
a substitution.
Yes.
Oh boy, that's fuck it. We in the final fight, baby. We doing all kinds of cray shit.
He doesn't normally use. Go on then.
Roll me, please. Strength plus brawl plus obfuscate.
Strength
So that
plus
use 5 dice.
5 dice. Brawl. Obfuscate. I'm really regretting putting the points in melee. Really regretting putting the points in melee.
You and me
It
both.
doesn't matter, man.
Actually, no.
Wait.
Rain wasn't perfectly
hold on.
rolled as a character. Like,
Hold on. If you've got something to hit him with, you can hit him with that.
He's
I'll be
gonna.
melee. Do you carry a knife with you?
Yeah, I don't.
Stabby.
I don't have it written down, but it's not beyond the realms of reason that he would carry some kind of switchblade.
Roll me your wits, please.
See, when
Oh,
I
that's 4 dice,
at
that's
the end
fine.
of this campaign, I'll be asking to mulligan him and put him into a.
You're gonna need 2. You're gonna need 2 successes for him to have a switchblade.
I have 4 blanks, so it's 5 dice.
Unfortunately,
It's
you're
fine.
just-
When I
I'm
re-roll,
too frazzled after all that
Yeah.
craziness.
when I re-roll this character, I'm putting him in brawl. Okay, 5 dice. 3 successes. And yeah, 3 successes.
You happy with that?
Yeah. I'm gonna spend. I can spend a dot of willpower to re-roll the 2 blank dice, can't I?
Yeah, unless they're hunger dice. Yeah.
They were 100 dice.
Oh, they were.
Yeah. So I got 2 blank
Right.
two failed hunger dice and 3 successes.
Okay, fair enough.
So 3 successes.
Finn, you you jump into the bushes in what, like, this has got to be how Charlie was in Nam. You sort of stealthing through, and then you jump out of the bushes, and the guy with the 2 pistols just drops one of the pistols, just like catches you in the fucking neck, and then like just grabs you and just like RKOs you out of nowhere. Take 2 points of damage, please.
Okay, I'm on 1 point of damage. I'm on 1 health left.
So you are. Gregory, combat is. Are you intervening in the combat or letting Utskander and Finn now just handle the business?
I'm going straight for Quorum. Fuck that guy.
I was gonna say, okay, never. I will do it afterwards.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Gregory. I don't think there's any chance of Gregory's going for Quorum. I don't think he's going to be successful.
No,
That's what
I was going to
Gregory
ask Coram if he could call give Jolly Joe a bell, see if he can get him to speed down here, to maybe help out. But it's going to be too late. But it will all be over by the time he gets here, so it's kind of pointless.
Right. What? So yeah.
You're just trying to bull through the 2 SAS guys and straight at Coram.
Yeah, man. Gregory's got his knife. He's covered in blood. Like, you know what I mean? Let's fucking go. This is it. Like, you know, this is what the Apex Predator Resurrection is all about. This moment. This is what it was about. Like, you know,
Cool.
extra little borrowed time to cause some more carnage, and this is where it's caused. And Coram is enemy number one.
Gregory is charging through the two SAS guys, and then you just see this flash of like rags and green, and Dolly just like collides into you, like spears you.
Oh no, Dolly!
Not Ollie.
Roll me strength plus brawl, please, Gregory.
It's always this. Can I roll strength plus athletics instead?
No, yeah, physically
Okay.
interacting with a.
So I can't like sneakily. Why have I got those 3 points in athletics? What was I hoping to achieve?
Well, you might need to run away, man.
Yeah, well, this is just it. I'm thinking that now. 1 success.
Empire, do you want to spend any willpower on that?
I've already spent 1 this week. How many do I have? Not many. I'm sure.
It's the finale. It might be worth spending it.
Well, yeah, just to re-roll the 1 dice. The
Oh.
one dice.
Okay, maybe not.
No, exactly. See what I mean? Yeah, we'll
Maybe.
have to take that, won't we? We'll just have to take it.
So the two of you just collide into each other like Goldberg spearing Edge, and you just both splat against each other. You take 1 point of damage, but you got her as well.
Yeah.
As Gregory becomes locked with Dolly. Dr. Rain, what are you doing as combat erupts?
I don't know. Like, okay, so I'll let you guys. I'll tell you guys my thinking process. Yes, if I quickly say, if I quickly call up Jolly Joe, he'll jump in the van and get down here pretty quick.
Well, he's only
because
round the
it's
corner,
not
isn't he?
far. It's just round the corner.
It's 20 minutes.
It's 20 minutes.
By
Okay.
I
thought you said it was just round the corner.
He's got to walk though.
Why does he have to walk?
He's got to walk.
You can't
So
fit in
like
the car
20
anymore.
minutes. So your house is on the edge of the Botanical Gardens, and you're like sort of down in the big graveyard in the center, down by the river. So it's him walking. I mean, if he has a bicycle, he could do it in 10 minutes. If he's doing Matt Hoffman tricks, you know what?
Can he not run? He's a
There is-
giant tank at this point.
Oh yeah. So I'll tell you what. You can tell him to take a bicycle if you want. In which case, he might make it to this fight if you give me a roll. That's him doing like
Glorious.
Really?
Tricycle.
Glorious.
big air off the grind.
Fuck.
Johnny Joe,
Right.
baby.
If I do that though, am I going to lose my turn?
Yeah. To call him, yeah.
Okay, well then forget it then. I'm gonna. I really want this because I did all that work and I'm not even gonna get to use Jolly Joe in this. But
Oh, I did a stick tail whip, Dr. Ray. Ooh.
I haven't. By the way, I know, right? I haven't undone the work I was doing my work before, so I'm still got my claw hands. There's no I wouldn't just transform them back. There's no point. So I would have taken my gloves off, and let's fucking go. I'm gonna weave in. I'm gonna try and slice Corum because I tried really hard and he's a dick, so he needs to die. And I'm not letting him drink from the. I'm not letting him drink from Ubskunda. It's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna go and slice his throat with my claw hands. I'm gonna move in.
So, Uthskander is fighting one of the guys with the shotguns. Finn is fighting the guy with the 2 pistols. Gregory is fighting Dolly, and then there's
So
no
Corum would be
left for Dr. Rain to fight.
I will move because I'm quite quick. I've got my dexterity is quite high. I'm gonna do what I did before and sort of move in quickly and say sorry, Corum, and try and slice his throat.
I'm going to run this as a 3-round combat, but in teams.
Okay.
So
Okay.
combat in Vampire lasts 3 rounds. We are going to run this as a 4-on-4 battle royale to decide the fate of the city of Cumberford. Are we ready, guys? Are we good for it?
Yeah. Let's do this. I've got my finger blades out. I'm doctored up. I've got full health. I haven't actually lost any health. So I'm taking Corum down.
Awesome.
Weedy little dick.
Well, we're gonna do Uthskander first because the guy has to roll some fucking dice, right? In 2 weeks. All right.
And I'm gonna blood buff my attack.
We'll get to you. We're doing Iskander first because I
I'm
just
just
want to
saying.
roll some dice.
I forgot to do that.
In the eyes of the elder Tremere, you did see a certain animalistic rage. He's a hungry boy. He's a hungry boy. Oh, you bastard! Oh, holy
boy,
Jesus! Holy Jesus! Right, I'm not touching the dice that you just
Oh
saw me
God!
roll.
Oh God! I don't like this.
If your Secunda is badly wounded, I say we drink him ourselves. But if he's
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna send you what I just rolled.
This is going to be painful.
it's either going to be amazing or terrible. I am not sure which is going to be
The
yet.
Skunder explodes. You're all dead. The end.
That's what we call like a bestial success or a critical failure, where the critical comes on the hunger dice.
Oh, we haven't got anything yet, but is it in the Facebook? All right, yeah.
Sorry, it's in the Facebook group because that's
Ooh,
yeah.
Wow.
00.
5,
Fucking
6,
hell,
7.
that's a bestial success.
It's a bestial success with 7 total successes.
Fuck, that's insane.
I'm
So he
hold on,
basically
hold on, hold on,
tears
hold on.
him in.
I'm gonna roll the Quorum's guy.
Is there a point?
Have you ever seen an Anglo-Saxon warrior?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
No, there's no point whatsoever.
Rips him in half, like.
Oh yeah.
Punched a hole through that guy.
So Skander just like sort of the lightning strikes behind him as he just jumps. Have you seen the front cover to The Dark Knight Returns, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's just this, but this like Anglo-Saxon god. It's this master warrior shaman just like jumping up like that, and his fucking fingers just kind of extend into these prehensile messes. He just like and this like, you know, the guy on the floor, he's got a sort of shotgun. He's the pride of the British military. He's been in a lot of places where he had no fucking right to be and walked out a man. He's alpha apex, but he just looks up and then the Skander just like blood just gushing from his just exploded skull as this massive pure primal Hulk just exerts his dominance over the situation.
Nasty way to go.
That cuts down the time we spend rolling for this 3-round combat quite significantly.
Jesus.
I'm coming straight to Finn. What are you doing, man? You're just burst out the things and you're fighting with another one of these SES guys, and he got 2 fucking pistols and he ain't happy with you. What's going on?
I'm going to swing for him. I can't do anything else. I don't have any weapons. I'm going to swing for him.
You grab a rock on the ground and you just like club his head with a rock. So that's why you're rolling strength plus melee.
That's fine. In hindsight, it's just reading the goddamn rulebook. It's...
No. We don't read rulebooks.
That's fine. So Finn is going in, and the beast is rising, and he's turning into this aggressive, just flurry of fists. He's been thrown over this guy's shoulder, so now it's time to show him how we do it. What's a 6? 6 is a success, isn't it? So 4 successes.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. So whatever incredible training this man has received, it clearly
Not good against a rock.
So you got 4.
4 successes.
Cool. Yeah, you just like clash this rock against the side of this guy's head, and he's like, okay, so he's dropped his pistol. He's understanding. He's having to fight with you now.
So,
Gregory, sorry, go on.
What? This guy, his mate's dead, isn't he? His mate is being in the process of being ripped apart. I'm gonna smack him over the head, and as a free action, go. This is your chance.
you don't quite have that. That this isn't the heat of the
Okay,
moment.
that's
We're
fine.
doing this by
That's fine.
seconds now.
No problem.
We'll get around. Gregory, you've just kind of collided into Dolly, and you're in this. You send, this poor tragic creature that just wants to be alive and wants to be beautiful. But what's going on, man?
Well, great. She's a distraction. Like she's not Quorum. Like Quorum has to die. Like that's Gregory. Gregory wants to kill Quorum.
You're not
So
Cora.
Gregory's just going to try and wriggle out of her grip, not even really, acknowledging that she's there. Almost like, you know what I mean. Like as far as Gregory's concerned, he was in place A. He wanted to be at place B. For some reason, he is in place C. So he just needs to get back to place B. Like, you know what I mean? Something's holding it back. What it is relevant. He's just there now. You know what I mean? He's seen red. He's like a shark that's tasted blood. Like this is his chance.
Oh, so you're just trying to dodge out of the combat and just get to Corum, right?
Yeah. He's just trying to wriggle out of her grip. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Cool. Well,
if you've ever seen someone having like a mental health panic attack kind of thing, and they're trying to be restrained, and the person just like, nope, wriggle out, like just like that.
She's not even grabbing you. You kind of tied your last roll, so all you need to do is get away from her. If you roll me dexterity plus athletics, please.
Okay.
Wow.
1, 2, 3 successes, one of which was a 10. Is that music?
Okay.
You need 2 10s
Ollie's
for it to mean
2
anything.
10s. I will remember that one day.
Ollie's athletics, being a stitched together Promethean woman, is 1. being a stitched together Promethean woman, her athletics is 0. And on her 1 dice that she rolls for that particular conflict, she got a 1. She rolled a 1. So Dolly just obviously Corum has filled her head with all these stories about why Gregory is the most evil thing to rule the roost. He's right, but she just lurches at you and just falls clean into the mud.
Glorious.
So we move to how many successes did you get? 2, sorry?
3.
3, Jesus. And Rain, Dr. Rain, you are you've got the teacher Thomas Corum within arm's distance of you. What are you doing?
Part of me wants to turn to Dolly and say, "You will always be ugly and worthless," but I'm not going to do that until later.
Wow.
She betrayed me. She deserved. She betrayed me. You don't betray Doctor. You never betray Dr. Rain.
Just ask Uncle Archie.
Never. He wasn't allowed to die because that would have been a betrayal. So he didn't die. She betrayed him. So I'll deal with her later.
Glorious.
But for now, I will grab him by the throat, putting my claws in his throat, and I will hold him, and I'm going to say, "Pathetic, weak, insolent, waste of flesh," and then slice him.
Okay. So here's the thing. This fight is taking place in the middle of a graveyard. And however weak is his blood, however thin, however insignificant, Thomas Corum II is still a Hecata, and he still has, because I've taken the merits for it, some link to his clan's gift, which means he can cast Summon Spirit. I think in the middle of a graveyard, when he's
Backs against the wall.
fighting this Salisi thing, he's gonna start playing really super dirty.
Can he though? I've got him by the throat.
No. This roll is to determine whether you get him by the throat or whether his occult stuff. We're going to roll against him.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
going to roll
of
against
course.
each other.
Yeah, no worries. Yep, that makes sense.
He's still.
So what do you want me to roll?
1 second. I'm seeing how hungry he is. He's. Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Let's go, Corum.
No, let's not.
Never.
I'm not going to try and grab
You
him
roll.
because that's
roll me
grapple.
strength plus brawl, please.
My strength is not great, So I was gonna try and like duck and dive into him and sort of
Oh,
slash him
piss
that way. but I
off,
will-
Corum. I hate this guy.
He's got a good roll. Okay. Strength plus brawl plus my what do I gain from my bestial claws?
And that is protein. That is the second level
And I
protein
blood buffed.
power. Hold on. Second level protein power. Come on, PDF. Don't cuck me like Paradox did. Google it. Google what happened. Feral weapons.
That's the one.
You had a. Oh wow! When activated, the vampire adds a +2 modifier to their brawl damage and causes aggravated damage to mortals. Nah, honestly, what you've got? Nope, this guy isn't immortal. He is, like it or not, he's a kindred like you.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work against an immortal.
No, feral weapons are just
But
for wrecking mortals.
It would, yeah, but that means it still do the extra 2 thing. It just wouldn't do aggravated damage. I think that was the point. I still get the extra 2. It just doesn't do aggravated damage.
Oh yeah. If you win, you get the +2 brawl damage.
Oh, so I have to win. All right. And
What did you roll?
My blood buff is +2. Yeah.
Yeah. Three dice.
I haven't rolled yet. 4, 5. So I'm rolling 5. Four successes.
Really?
Yep. 3, 8, 9, 6, and a 9.
So you just
I'm pissed.
with your Tamisi claws, you sort of lurch at him. He just sort of stands there and he just sort of drops his hands. He just sort of spreads them out and he just looks in your eyes and he just goes, "You will always be a destroyer and never a healer." And suddenly it doesn't physically look like this, but to you in your psyche, the spirits of everybody who's died in this graveyard just sort of rise up and suddenly they're given a failed healer who they can chastise, who could have saved them.
I'm not a failed healer. I'm a good healer.
Take 2 points of willpower damage as he summons the vengeful spirits of the
Because I've got supernatural
fucking hell.
perception, would Gregory
Did I
see it?
still hit him?
No, that he got to you with that before you could lurch at him.
Oh, okay. Where's my willpower?
We're getting around to round 2, and I'm going to make this a 2-round combat instead of a 3-round combat. Finn, what are you doing? You've just twatted. You've just really battered
I've got
this
3 willpower left.
SAS guy around the head with a rock.
Finn's going, well,
Sorry, 2 willpower.
am I locked in with this guy, essentially? He's swinging for me, I'm swinging for him. There's no opportunity for me to swing round and take a swipe at Corum. Depends how close...
No,
That's fine.
You're locked off with this guy, I'm afraid.
Alrighty. I'm gonna finish caving this guy's skull in with a rock, and then I'm gonna feed on him.
Cool.
4 successes.
Right, so this SAS train just continually getting beamed by this guy who owns a warehouse. Okay.
With supernatural strength.
Just twatting him with a rock. Gregory, what's going on? So you can get to Corum, but Dolly is going to come after you.
Could use some help.
What's happening?
In Gregory's mind, it's just the Corum is going to be stabbed. Like that is again the singular focus. He's not. Fuck, who's Dolly? As far as Gregory's concerned.
Blade plus Corum equals happy.
Yeah, exactly. Like who's Rain? Who's Fine Gold? What are vampires? Doesn't matter. Blade this guy. Like Right.
Roll me strength plus melee plus 2, please.
Cool. Okay. 1, 2, 3 success, and I'm going to spend a willpower to re-roll the other 2, if that's all right. Because I've still got.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I spend 2 willpower to re-roll them again? Because they were both.
I'd advise it.
Yep, I'm gonna. Okay, yep, cool. So that's one more success. 4 successes now. 4 successes.
Cool. So, when Orim is just sort of doing his necromancy vampire Hecata powers to wreck the thing, you just then come in and rugby tackle him and just sort of smack him down to the ground. You got 4 successes. 1. Finally, Dr. Rain. Gregory has just rugby tackled Corum to the ground, and you're sort of standing over them as they're wrestling down in the mud of this
Have
graveyard.
I gained my resolve back again from that mind stuff?
Yeah, it was just like a momentary thing, but you've just like, no, that is not logical. That is not medical.
I am a good doctor. How dare you? Blade's gonna come down. It's gonna try and swipe at Corum's throat again. Corum is not gonna be able to talk anymore. I'm gonna try and make it so that he can't summon his demons to.
All right, strength plus brawl, please.
And again, I'm gonna blood buff it. Let's roll to see if I get hungry. I do not. I rolled a 6, so that would be the same as before. So it was 5, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I rolled a 1, a 10, an 8, a 10, and a 7.
So how many total successes if the 2 10s equal 4?
6.
Cool. Okay, so he rolled. He actually had a really good day of the races. He rolled 3 successes, but it ain't 6 successes.
He shook my fucking. How dare you? You don't criticize a doctor's work. How dare you?
1 second, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is. Wow. So in the first round, you scored 11 successes versus their second. In the second round, you scored 14 successes versus their 6. The non-Corin team, yeah. So Dr. Rain just sort of stands over the struggling, writhing sort of duo of Finn and Corum and sort of flicks out his fingers and just like just one straight strike straight through Corum's temple.
Precision.
Urgent. Straight through.
Wriggles a bit. And then just slumps. He's not dead. He's in torpor. And it doesn't take Finn much longer to sort out his things. His own opponent. Dolly
Bludgeoning him with a big rock.
Dolly is lying in the mud, but looking at you upwards, clearly cowed. Then, in the middle of the all of you, sort of, Uthskander, the great barbarian warlord, just stands up, sort of looks around you from the bloody remains of the men he's killed. He just nods and goes, "Guilty."
Let's kill it. No.
I'm going to do a graceful bow. I'm not going to bow low, but I'm going to bow.
I'm gonna bow my head.
All right, melee plus strength. Yeah. No, I'm
Hey, crack on, lad. You
Hey,
go.
man,
You go, girl.
If you want to go after him, so be it. But I'm not built for
Gregory,
that.
I'm not gonna lie. Gregory is probably he's just gonna keep stabbing Corum's body.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think he's paying attention, would
Yeah,
he?
he's
just
not
be
really
like,
aware. Like, and he's also gonna like actually bite his nose off or something like really fucking crispy like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's like when Gregory feeds, he does eat people. He likes to take his food solid sometimes. You know what I mean? That's the like.
And as Gregory indulges in his little foibles, as Dr. Rain and Mr. Finn sort of swear unquestioning fealty, the elder.
yeah, for now, this is not over.
We will bring our story to a close for now with a slight epilogue. With both the mages of Iteration X underneath Douglas Isambard eliminated, and also the teacher Thomas Coram removed from his grand quest to gain greater power, and a strange kind of equilibrium comes upon the city of Cumberford. I mean, obviously, the ritual has not been completed. Uthskander was not returned to the river, and the mages still have the demon Visalis Ilis to draw upon. However, the three of you, the kindred of Cumberford, a powerful new ally in the 1,000-year-old Tremere, Skander.
The king is
Not
dead.
only-
Long live the king.
Not only is it a tense standoff between these two factions now that you've brought about, a cold war rather than an active war as it was when Iteration X were around, you've also opened the door for a lot of other external supernatural forces which might well have shied away from the mage's complete dominance, but now that dominance has been challenged. We don't know quite what has been unleashed upon the city, but for now, you have made your choice. You are a kindred. You are all vampires, the three of you. The 1,000-year-old beast Uthskander who knows not what he is. How that might be directed, how that might evolve, how that might
Courtiers
come
have
about.
a lot of power.
We shall find that out one day when we return to the world of darkness. But for now, ladies and